Didn't know that he's ready.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about.
The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes, it's Tony, it's Michael, it's Renee, it's the Horseshoe, and it's week 1 of the 2024-2025 NFL season. Tony, how you doing, sir?
That's right, Joe. I'm hyped to be here.
Hyped for Baker.
What? You already asked something? I'm so hyped for Baker, by the way. He's our
Tony
guy.
asked me earlier today, Barnes. He said, "Am I ready?" And I got one thing to say to that.
Uh-oh.
Jets. Jets. That's going to be awesome tomorrow. Just because if you think about it, I mean, sure, we saw the 4 plays last year, but we've been waiting basically for 2 years to see what the New York Jets look like with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, of course, as if just they wanted to line it up here. It's another Monday night game as well. A big matchup, 49ers. It couldn't even be easy. It couldn't be like an easy team. It's got to be leaning on Aaron Rodgers to make the throws he needs to make immediately, dude. So it's going to be a huge night for the season, man.
Can't wait.
It really is.
Yeah. And we've had a crazy start to the season already. We had the game in Brazil on Friday night.
Ridiculous.
We've had crazy games all day today. What is the biggest surprise to you, Tony?
I mean, I guess because it was part of our picks as well. Just the Bengals not showing up against the Pats today. Probably just off the top of my dome, biggest surprise. Burrow under 200 yards, no passing touchdowns. Couldn't score in the first half against a team like the Pats. I think it was 10-0 after the first half. Very disappointing in the Bengals, dude.
In a team like the Pats that we said, we both agreed, I think, that they're going to win about 4 games. So to beat the Bengals and Joe Burrow, do you think it was that Burrow was more concerned about how much he dyed his hair rather than the Patriots defense? Or?
The hair looks terrible.
No, I don't understand. That's definitely him just dyeing it, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it is him
it's not
dyeing
natural.
Absolutely. No.
Not like it's the other way around. You know what I mean? That he usually dyes his hair. I don't think so, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think this is the first time we've seen that. Obviously, maybe the first couple of years here in the NFL, have done him a little dirty. Injury ridden. Lack of confidence in the O line. Obviously, not the results he wants in terms of team success here. And I mean, earlier today, he was sacked 3 times too. Still the lack of confidence in the O line there. 21 of 29 pass attempts is not terrible. But I mean, he didn't score, and I guess you could say, no turnovers, but at the end of the day, I mean, he just did not march down the field.
And they had that touchdown overturned. I think 2 touchdowns overturned.
Was it
actually,
2?
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. And again, I mean, he really didn't have those big throws. I'm trying to see if his longest throw. Yeah, his longest throw was, I guess, 28 yards to Jamar Chase. But like you said, you'd expect maybe bigger throws, bigger plays coming from him. And he just didn't do that. And not only did he not do that, but he was, totally non-existent as well as their offense in the first half. So it's tough, dude. The Bengals, I know you had mentioned too, maybe, Chase not there during preseason. And I guess, I don't know, maybe some time will help them here in the regular season, getting some more reps in. But
no Higgins either.
But still, dude,
obviously,
like you said, the Patriots. It's the Patriots, dude. This is a team you're expected to roll over here. And not only do you struggle, but you freaking lose, dude. You lose by 6 points here, and it's not a great look, dude. You couldn't score any touchdowns either in the first. Only one touchdown was scored, and that was only in the third quarter. You can only get 3 points in the fourth quarter. You couldn't even make it interesting, dude. 2 touchdowns would have made this game possibly you could win it.
Right. Right. And how about this for a follow-up? Next week, the Bengals go to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs.
I mean, not good, dude. They were kind of given a gift there, start the year off with the Patriots, kind of a tune-up game, maybe get Burrow's confidence going. Until they lose that, you got the Chiefs next week. I'm looking at the Commanders the week after that. That could be back-to-back losses if they're not careful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much to recap, but let's start with the comments. Michael.
Let's go, baby. Cameras look great, by the way, guys.
Yeah, whatever. So this dude says, "Let's go, boys," and then he says, "The Guinness Barnes." It's Tony. If you could
Salute, Tony.
Salute.
Happy
baby.
week 1.
Let's go. Yeah, huge week to a great success here at the Horseshoe. Shout out to them for hosting us, of course.
100%.
Josh B in the house.
Josh
Let's
B.
go. What's up, fam? The football, the drinking. Marco in the house. saying,
Marco.
Oh, yeah, Marco.
watching the Buccaneers. He's
Let's go,
talking
Baker,
about.
baby. Let's go. Big year for him, dude.
NFL's back, baby. Josh B, Marco B, Tommy Donovan. Feel free to skip recapping the Giants game. Dude,
Wow.
Barnes, you'll love this. We spoke to Jeff with a G, our guy, who's golfing right now in a tournament. That's why he isn't
Tony
working.
was telling me.
He said he needs an hour segment of him on the sports port, to just trash the Giants.
I mean, it was that bad. But honestly, it really didn't surprise me.
No, it didn't. But, I mean, this was obviously the narrative for everyone involved with the Giants organization, including the fan base, was tough year ahead. But, I mean, it was like, oh, if there was ever supposed to be a win, it could be this week 1, against the Vikings. And, as Baker rushes here, takes some contact from head to head, no flag.
Baker having a big game here.
About that first down right there.
16 in the fourth quarter.
It sounds like Barnes is becoming a Baker fan.
Oh, yeah, buddy,
I've really respected since last season. I mean, he really stepped up to the plate.
But anyway, for the Giants, this was supposed to be your 1 win, and you fumbled it.
But, I mean, was this supposed to be your 1 win? Like, I understand, McCarthy might have started. You get Darnold in there. But, I mean, I thought going into this, clearly Minnesota had the better roster.
No, I mean, I definitely agree, Jefferson. But I think everyone was downplaying Darnold, though. I think that was a big mistake there. Obviously, we know how he performed 2 touchdowns. Exactly, dude. And I guess maybe people were also overselling the Giants a little bit. But here we go. It's after week 1 here. Giants 0-1. No touchdowns scored. Saquon Barkley has 3 already.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Wow.
But I just thought it was irresponsible of the Giants to go into this year.
I said he's gonna have a big
Jones. I know they were saying, "Oh, this is his last shot, playoffs years ago." But I think everybody's known for a long time
2
that
picks.
you can't win with Daniel Jones, and I think Neighbors is going to be good. He did what he could today with Jones, being so bad at quarterback. But you need somebody in there that's going to deliver him the ball. So I honestly think my dad, is a big Giants fan, and I was texting him. I'm saying,
I'm sorry,
I think
Barnes.
anybody other than Jones on the roster, whether it's Drew Lock or DeVito, would have to be better. Like, I think Jones is just done. Like, completely done.
Again, the only thing you could really fall back on for Jones for the most part was that he'd have these games with not a lot of yardage or offensive production, but he did either run well or limit turnovers. And I mean, again, after week 1, you're getting sacked 5 times. Yes, you can blame the O-line, but at the end of the day, I mean, Jones could have done a better job scrambling, getting the ball out, whatever. And then on top of that, 2 picks after those 5 sacks. You threw for 186 yards. You didn't even rush that much, dude.
Barnes knows you got to have a line, baby.
I mean, no, I get it. I get it.
You don't get it.
No, I do get it.
Mike
Giants
Evans
always
in for the score.
Another TD.
4th touchdown pass for Baker Mayfield
That's 2
here.
for Evans. Tony don't know.
36-14. Extra point pending, Tony.
Should have drafted Baker, dude.
How about should have drafted Sam Darnold? I know 4 touchdowns for Baker, but Darnold, 19-24, 208, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And then, he found Jefferson, 4 receptions, 59 yards in a score. And then Aaron Jones, first game on the Vikings, coming over from the division rival Packers, just shy of 100 yards at 94 with a touchdown.
He looks great.
All of a sudden, we'll talk about it, but Jordan Love getting injured, out 3 to 6 weeks. I mean, I think there's an opportunity here for a Sam Darnold-led Vikings team to make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, that's
As
good.
a wild card.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree here. And if Darnold keeps this up, we'll see. again, week one, it's the Giants. A lot still to be desired coming from Darnold. But again, you do love Jones on the ground and pound there. Obviously, Ty Chandler, our boy, fantasy, a good, complimentary second running back there. And then, of course, you got Jefferson. You can see what else you can get out of the backfield, working in terms of, Jordan Addison as well as Josh Oliver, too. But again, good opportunity for him to see if he capitalizes. Sort of deal.
I mean, I think there's comeback player of the year opportunity here.
Really, Brian?
I mean,
I'm a little surprised at you, to be honest.
I think the biggest thing for me is Kevin O'Connell, his system, and the fact that he has talented receivers. I know Addison left the game with an injury today. Hopefully that's not serious, but we know how good Justin Jefferson is. And I know Aaron Jones, is getting older. But if he's healthy and he's running the way that he did today, I mean, their offense is going to be good. Let's face it. And the defense looked good. I know. Let's see how they do against San Francisco next week. It was the Giants, but I think it is a positive start for them.
Yes, certainly. But let's reconvene after week 2, Baker's having a great time on the sideline, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, talk about a comeback story. Baker, really unbelievable. And the fact, too, that after last season, what were the chances? You think back to week 1 last season, Baker, the starting quarterback, Todd Bowles, the head coach, that they're back again off a playoff run, off almost beating the, Detroit Lions in a playoff game. And
was the Lions
still having success. Yeah. I mean, pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, dude. And I really think at that point, like the Bucks success last year and what they're going to do this year, it does start and stop with Baker, I think. Just seeing the level of intensity that he's playing with, I feel like the last, season, and obviously this week 1 here, obviously, I think it shows a lot of maturity in him, because he was going to be a bust. Like he was a bust, dude. He was like one of those guys who just couldn't handle either the fame or the pressure, or whatever. And here he is, dude. Obviously took him some time, but he found his way to good organization, good team, and I think you're seeing some good results. Also, in the back of my mind, though, I don't hold the Commanders, that high. So you can think, all right, week 1, Commanders, we'll see. I don't know what their schedule looks like. Did you mention who the next week is, opponent?
You're saying for the Vikings?
No, for Baker.
Oh, for Baker. I'm not actually sure, but let's see. We can pull up the old week 2. By the way, it's Giants Washington next week, so
it is.
That'll be interesting to see. I really could see Jaden Daniels picking apart that Giants secondary.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bucks play the Lions.
Wow, there we go. A little rematch
next week, and the Lions
will
have
sure.
Their big game tonight, Sunday Night Football. Chris Collinsworth jacked up for that one.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I'm happy we're gonna be here and not hearing him, dude.
I mean, there'll probably be a little volume. No?
There will most definitely be some house volume there, dude. That's for sure.
What were your thoughts on? And I know it is the Panthers, but Derek Carr leading the blowout win, 47-10 over Carolina at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Caesars
Superdome. Yeah. I mean, I feel like, somewhere, Zach is definitely pretty riled for Saints here. You look at Derek Carr, I mean, 3 touchdown passes, 200 yards, solid, great in the red zone. And listen, like you said, it's the Panthers. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're certainly uncertain if the Saints would win this game, let alone it being a blowout. We kind of thought, at least you and I, Bryce Young, second chance opportunity here in terms of second year.
Baker's quarterback coach from last year.
Yeah. And then again, we were really doubting Carr, which I guess, 23 pass attempts. I mean, you had 83 yards from Kamara. You had 180 total rushing. So obviously they relied a lot on
defense.
that.
Bryce Young threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like there's more to be desired with Derek Carr. But nonetheless, I mean, this is the week 1 win the Saints really need. You know? I mean, listen, it like you said, blowout victory. So
I mean, any way you could see them though challenging the Bucks or the in this division, or what do you think here?
No, I don't. I know, and then obviously the Falcons. Yeah, no, I still think Bucks. I would expect them to be winning.
Saints will get the Cowboys in Dallas next week. That's a 1:00 game.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas blowing out Cleveland right now. Did you hear any of Brady on the call for that one?
Actually, no, not at all. Come on.
I mean, and I know everyone will think, of course I would say this, but I swear to God, the way his voice sounds, I mean, to me, I think it was terrible. It's been terrible. honestly, from what I heard today. Like, he just doesn't have like that like deep, booming type of voice. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like almost hard to hear him.
What about like his analysis, general stuff?
I mean, I feel like I was just like turned off by that from the start, and I was like, "Wow, this is bad." And like just thinking back to last year, Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson, the chemistry they had to break that up for Brady and give him all that money. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to prove being worth it. Honestly,
I mean, I guess time will tell. I have to hear him a little bit because I'm interested to see how his broadcasting career does. I wasn't really a Burkhardt fan, to be honest.
really?
Yeah.
I thought you liked him from baseball, or did you have a run-in with him at the studio?
No,
You guys
no,
got
no,
a
no.
brawl in
It
the
was-
parking
it
lot?
was-
Michael, right?
No, I mean, he was all right, you know.
Wait, you're at the bar. What happened?
No. I just feel like his performances sometimes falls a little flat, you know. I question his excitement.
Did he rip the Mets?
No. But again, I feel like when he does talk about certain teams, I'm gonna name those teams.
No, but I still like. Just give me the example. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm serious. Like you can tell
The Mets.
what teams he doesn't like
So he
specifically.
doesn't like the Mets.
the Mets, for example.
But I'm saying,
yes.
so that's what this is about.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like again, it's not solely what it's about, but it's like, dude, you gotta be like professional, you gotta be non-biased, and like it's Costas, dude. Costas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's strong, honestly.
It could be, but you know,
But let's take a look at some of the other games from today. What was your thoughts on the Steelers? 18-10 over the Falcons. Justin Fields getting the start. Russell Wilson injured with the calf.
Mhm.
Defense coming up late, big. Cousins 2 picks in his Falcons debut.
yes.
Obviously a low-scoring game here, but nice for the Steelers to get the victory here week 1 and going with their number 2 quarterback here, who maybe should be their number 1. But I know he didn't do that great today, but obviously they got the win.
Yeah, dude. Interesting with the Wilson calf strain there. But nonetheless, you said Fields does get the nod here.
Only
And-
156 yards passing.
yeah, I was going to say, I
Yeah.
feel like, Mike Tomlin here, definitely a little bit hesitant to give Fields opportunities, especially when throwing the ball downfield. Only 23 passing attempts. You mentioned the 156 passing yards there. Very short, I feel like, for someone like Justin Fields, to be honest. And then, we were actually listening to this game, Mike and I, on the radio on the way home here. And it was a great game. I feel like for the Steelers, a team that I have possibly being, a dark horse playoff contending team here. I don't know. They took a few different stupid penalties, in my opinion. You saw some roughhousing that did lead to personal fouls. Probably didn't need that. And like I said, you didn't really see a lot of potential of Justin Fields. A lot of short passes. A couple times he was airing the ball out to Pickens. And a couple times it worked. A couple times I think there was one that was like a 40-yard pass interference, called it back, offensive pass interference.
Okay.
And that was literally the first time you heard them talking about Fields airing the ball out. You do get 137 rushing yards. Najee Harris was used very well, I believe. Fields was able to run as well. It's interesting to see how Fields develops.
What do you think they're going to do here? Like, do you think they'll keep him in there until they lose, or you think if Russ is healthy, they're going to start him next week?
They're going to start Russ next week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you're thinking wrong decision, or not? You're not
No, I think right decision for now.
Because maybe better passer, obviously.
Yeah,
Fields
you
is
need the better passer. I think Pickens is made for that deep ball, dude.
Pickens still had 6 for 85, even with that one being called back.
Exactly. So, he's a great receiver. And, they have a decent tight end in Pat Freiermuth as well. Harris out of the backfield. I feel like Wilson can utilize, those weapons a lot. And obviously defense came up huge today. You mentioned that. Cousins with 2 picks. Can't always be relying on that. But I figure who's in the secondary who's really good for the Steelers. Obviously Watt is up front doing a phenomenal job. So you got to appreciate that, dude.
Yeah,
Mika
TJ Watt,
Fitzpatrick,
4
that's
tackles
safety,
and a
Fitzpatrick.
sack. Then Mika Fitzpatrick had 7 tackles today as well. 6 solos, so did a good job.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
So, the Steelers get off on the right foot here. On the other side of things, though, Cousins, doesn't look great. The 2 turnovers,
not
sacked
surprised, though.
twice, only 155 yards, 10 incompletions on only 26 attempts. The running game was okay, but, Bijan Robinson, you think of him as one of the best running backs in the league. Only 68 yards, 3.8 yards per attempt on 18 carries.
Not great.
And Kyle Pitts had 3 receptions for 26 yards in a score. Drake London only 2 catches, 15 yards. This Falcons team, which obviously the defense under first-year head coach Raheem Morris, looked pretty good. I mean, you're going to have to score. I mean, do you think this was a lot to do with, besides Steelers playing well on defense? I mean, Cousins, a little rusty, missed a lot of time with that Achilles.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are forgetting that he's coming off of an injury like that, especially because of the contract and everything. But yeah, I mean, listen, you played a great defense in the Steelers. But I don't know. I think, like you said, you can. I mean, not that you want to overuse Bijan, but he's clearly a great target out of the backfield, on the ground as well. Definitely want to look at him some more. And I don't know, figure out a way to maybe target better receivers downfield.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, Kirk, I think off his game a little bit. The injury, looking a little rattled. I guess we'll see. I don't have high hopes for him or the Falcons, to be honest. I think you had them a little bit, maybe second in the division.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. But I think we'll see Cousins pick it up. But obviously, it was a tough start for him. It was a tough start, and we're going to go back a little here on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagles, 34-29. So the Packers not only lose this game, the long flight to Brazil, but Jordan Love late in the game, injuring his MCL. He's going to miss the first 3 to 6 weeks. And all they have behind him is Malik Willis and Sean Clifford, 2 unproven quarterbacks, obviously playing in a competitive division. You think about the Vikings and the Lions and the Bears winning today as well. Going to be pretty tough, I feel like, for Green Bay, especially if Love is on the longer end of this timeline. Missing the 6 weeks, and you have Malik Willis in here. I mean, it's going to be tough for Green Bay to make the playoffs, and I know they only played 1 game, but that's brutal losing your quarterback, especially late in the game.
Yeah, dude, and first week, you hate to see it. Almost Aaron Rodgers-like, which is kind of ironic, former team, whatever. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you said 4 to 6 weeks. We're only those next 4 to 6 games. Colts, Titans, Vikings, Rams, the first 4. Cardinals, Texans on the back end of that. So again, games that could be manageable, but then you want to think about it. I mean, Jordan Love would come back. Let's say
you don't get ahead of yourself.
Let's say week 7, all of a sudden he's playing the Jags, he's playing the Lions, he's playing the 49ers. Not only do you have to win some of these games, but when he does come back, he's going to have to hit the ground running immediately. And like you said, it's going to make a really difficult time for the Packers to try and make the playoffs. And I mean, the rest of their team is super young. I don't know how much veteran talent they can kind of lean on for scenarios like this, but I guess we'll see.
But I feel like it just comes down to either have a quarterback or you don't. And with Jordan Love on the sidelines, I mean, you clearly don't have a quarterback.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Joe Flacco coming in?
No, he's on the Eagles, who won this one. But I was just going to mention, too, yes, he's backup. Yes. I know I said yes, Michael, right?
He did.
84 yards rushing, 163 overall for Green Bay as a team, but 84 by Josh Jacobs. So maybe you lean on him a little bit. We'll see. On the other side of things, Jalen Hurts, kind of more of the same in terms of what we saw last year. I mean, good with the yardage, 278, 2 touchdowns, but does have 2 interceptions. But you mentioned it before, star of this game, Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns, 109 yards on the ground with 2 scores, and then also had a receiving touchdown, 2 catches, 23 yards. A.J. Brown, over 100 yards, 119 on 5 catches and a touchdown, including a 67-yard touchdown, and also Devonta Smith at 7 for 84. So I think you see the offensive potential of this team, and obviously Saquon adds another element, but I think no matter how good or bad Saquon is, the whole key is going to be not turning the ball over with Hurts, because we've seen him throw a lot of interceptions the last 2 years.
Yes, no, very true here. And, again, you don't know what the Eagles are going to be looking like down the stretch of this season. But their defense came up pretty huge. They forced the Packers to get first quarter was the 2 field goals, right? Back to back. And then obviously fourth quarter, they didn't score at all. I think only another field goal for the Packers. So your defense is working really well, against as the Bucs here do recover the onside kick.
So it looks like Baker is going to move to 1-0 here.
Baker and the boys are 1-0, it seems. A minute to go in the fourth quarter. So it does seem that way. But like you said,
it's a Sunday.
Flank-a-steak, dude. That was a good one. I forget where I was. But yes, Eagles defense was good.
Saquon obviously good, but will he stay healthy? But then Hurts, though. Are you worried? I mean, the turnovers. I just feel like, how can you count on him to not throw a lot of interceptions and make the right reads? I mean, he has the arm talent, but he just got to make better decisions at times.
Yeah, no, I totally agree there. Better decisions downfield is really what it is. I think, I don't know. I mean, I love that he's scrambling. And I love, again, like using his legs is great and everything, but I feel like, I don't know, whenever he rolls out, I feel like he can't throw across his body. So it really does kind of eliminate most of the field for him when he starts to roll out like that, which maybe something he can work on. But like you said, I mean, he just needs to be more accurate downfield.
Michael, let's get you back in the mix here, bud. Tons of comments, something about 1777 memorabilia.
Yeah, he's going hard right now. I was putting up these comments as you guys were talking, but Matthew did say, let's go, boys. Giants are going to suck ASS. Vikes have a good little squad. Of course, it's former Jets QB playing well.
That's right.
1777 memorabilia says, back is the NFL holding. Told you, man, Saints were going to be a playoff team. NFL South rising, NFC West folding. Brady is good for kids, but for fans, it's a step down from Olsen.
Wow.
Olsen had some Madden in him. Brady, as an announcer, feels off like he's too good to be calling games. Steelers defense wins. TJ Watt was beast mode.
Yeah.
It's Cousins' first game. Atlanta will be all right. Maybe even go to 9-8.
No.
Just based on that, they already are 2-1 because they will face the Panthers. Green Bay did take advantage of early Philly errors. Could have been up 14-0 instead of 6-0. But as the game went on, Philly made great adjustments, running a lot of hook patterns because of the field and excellent run blocking.
Wow.
Watch out for Philly. And then Josh B said, Baker and the Bucks.
And also, I will say for Hurts and turnovers, Brazil game Friday night.
But I'm just thinking about last year. I mean, It was the same thing. I'm saying this is
how many interceptions did he throw last year? Do you know?
I want to say he was up near the league leaders, but at least 13, 14, I would think, maybe even more.
Yeah.
Football Reference.
Oh, you know the deal. Sam Howell, Jalen Hurts at 15, which is
not great, Tony.
Not great.
But I think it's a good time, okay? So we're talking about a lot of teams winning, a lot of teams losing. But let's talk about winning here. And it's a good time for our first trivia question. Tony has no idea what to expect here.
I don't.
But I'm going to read it off. Which franchise has the most Week 1 wins all time with 51? So which franchise has the most Week 1 wins all time with 51?
So you want to think old teams, you want to think good teams, regular season.
Josh B saying trivia. Hyped.
51. Do you know who's in second? What's the number in second? Don't know.
No, this is where you have to search for it. And then 1777 says Pittsburgh, which is incorrect. Josh B says Cowboys, which is also incorrect.
Interesting. Help me out here to eliminate a few. I mean, I'm not going to go. Steelers would be a good guess. I don't know. I would say storied franchise. Maybe multiple. 51. I would say Packers.
I'm not gonna say it right now. Let people get some guesses here. Michael, and we'll take your guess too. Not gonna comment on it just yet, but just 51. If you could give us something.
Most wins?
Niners, maybe. Old.
Who
knows? Raiders are old too.
Steelers
have it, but Raiders as of recently.
Incorrect.
Steelers I wouldn't have gone with.
Oh yeah. Didn't mean to do that, but whatever. We'll let that fester for a couple minutes.
What?
You didn't want to give one team away. He just did technically.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's
Continuing on, Tony.
Well, didn't you say though? You said Cowboys and Steelers
were wrong. Oh yeah, right. He already said. We already guessed that. So whatever, Tony. You're looking at me side eye, but it's just like there was a little confusion there.
You been drinking a lot today?
We figured it out. See, those are the things searching for it, Tony. Really searching for it. But before we get to the specific games, more of them here, what was your thoughts on both TCA and DTV 1 and 2 with the picks? We kind of got screwed with the hook on the Dolphins, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we picked up where we left off last week, to be honest, or last year, I should say. Oh my God! Right through the hands of Amari Cooper.
Not good when you're down 33-10. It looks like Watson.
How bad is
took
he?
a big hit on that. All that guaranteed money and first round picks given up for what, Michael?
for nothing.
a
Oh,
loser.
he got fucking bombed by Phillips there.
But
Clean
you really
hit.
think no hope, Tony?
Oh.
I mean, even though they went 1-2 as well.
No hope for us. We have to simplify our thinking and not get fancy. You know, I think we picked it up where we were, and we were like got confused by the lines. This team's gonna give up this, whatever. And we didn't follow the we had to pay attention to the stats. Again, we went against the stat with the Bengals pick there. Obviously, that stat's there for a reason. So we just gotta, stick to our stats here, stick to our guts.
I think we'll be just fine.
I think we'll be we are fortunate. We're 1-2.
Fortunate.
They got
Also,
cute with it too with the Giants pick. Idiots.
a big comment here. My dad saying Layla is watching Uncle Brian before
Aw.
bedtime, and my mom actually just sent me a picture of that as well. So shout out to my parents and my sister Jennifer, niece Layla,
Wow.
and brother-in-law Chokery. So
There
good
we
to
go,
have them
too.
watching
That's
with us
awesome.
here.
We've
and
got some comments though for the picks. That's why I'm playing this music.
yeah, what do we got?
Pittsburgh, no, is wrong. Memorabilia. Cowboys, Josh said.
Also
That was
wrong.
wrong.
That was wrong.
I was going to keep going. Tommy Donovan, Cardinals.
Wrong.
Josh B says Giants stunk. Terrible.
Nice.
Dolphins versus Jaguars defense is a sportsbook game. Kicker missed the field goal, leads covered 0.5. All right, that's pretty much it. No one else's guess.
Yeah. So we'll let that linger. Let's give it 2 more minutes, Tony.
Let
But
it linger.
while we let it
dude.
linger for 2 more, what were your thoughts on the Texans handing the Colts, I believe, their 11th straight Week 1 defeat here?
No kidding. I didn't see that stat.
And hanging on to win by 2 here, not cover, which was tough for the TCA boys.
Yeah, definitely tough for the TCA boys. Lucky for us. Look at this game recap here. I mean, Stroud given more than enough opportunity. 32 pass attempts. 24 of them were completed for 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, obviously. And he has, I think he had a little, I think he was sacked, 3-4 times, I think, something like that.
Yeah, 4 times.
A little trouble there, obviously, in the pocket and having some more time. So I would imagine when he does have that, he'll have some better looks downfield and, some better stats as well. But I don't know. I kind of anticipated what was going on with Anthony Richardson here. A little bit of a slow start. I have 19, 212. So, was throwing the deep ball a few times here. But I don't know. It felt like the Colts, although it was close in the end, second half surges there for Indianapolis, outscoring 2017. But, I mean, I don't know. It just seemed the Texans were always, in command of this game, if you will.
I mean, when you run the ball for 213 yards, that's how you take him in.
Exactly. So
Joe Mixon, what do you think about that, huh? Kind of a surprise.
I think pretty impressive. Yeah, you mentioned the rushing as well as the fourth quarter touchdown too was pretty huge.
Yeah.
Put them up 22-13 there. You got to respect that, right, dude?
Yeah. And it is time though. So we said 2 minutes for the answer to our trivia question. And would you look at this? Anthony Schmanthony getting it correct. The
Let's
Green Bay
go,
Packers,
dude.
obviously historic franchise. I believe over 100 seasons in the National Football League.
100 of them and 51 of them coming up with the dub on week 1.
And not this week 1, which is kind of interesting.
It is very interesting, but regardless, that's still pretty impressive stat, I suppose. Pretty impressive by me.
And speaking of week 1 wins, they had to grind it out. It was close for at least the first half of the game and halfway through the third quarter. But the Chargers giving Jim Harbaugh his first victory in the NFL in 10 years. First game as the Chargers head coach. And they ran the ball here effectively. 2 former Ravens, coincidentally enough, obviously his brother, the Ravens head coach, but J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards combining with Davis and Justin Herbert for 176 yards on the ground. Dobbins leading the way with 135, averaging 13.5 yards per carry, including a 61-yard touchdown. Herbert only threw for 144, didn't throw any picks, had a touchdown. What do you make of the Chargers here? I know it's Minshew and the Raiders, but the Chargers were a mess last year. I mean, I think it's good to set the tone here and get that win.
Yeah, dude, I think maybe 5 wins for them last year, something like that. I think absolutely huge here, not only for Herbert, but also, the coaching staff and everything. They get their first win under their belt, under a new head coach here. And Herbert, solid, no turnover, nothing crazy. You mentioned the rushing. Love to see that after, the loss of Austin Eckler. Seeing him play the Commanders is a little weird. But he was a huge piece of their offense. Last year,
Right.
even though there wasn't many, he was a big part of it. So to see them use Dobbins, you mentioned Gus Edwards, huge fan of, as you know, last year Ravens, Staten Island, what's up? And also I think Chargers were playing with a little bit of that chip on their shoulder there. I don't know if you saw, end of the game got pretty physical.
Yes, with that 2-point try.
Yeah,
up at the
dude.
Chargers.
A little bit of I would say a brawl, but the teams coming together, pushing and shoving and stuff like that, which I think is what you want to see for the Chargers. And it was again something that happened away from the play, whatever. Clearly, Harbaugh is instituting some nice culture there in terms of everyone having each other's backs and stuff like that. And on top of it, I don't know. Raiders, Minshew, I was never really convinced to begin with.
Didn't play terrible.
Did not play terrible, but again, I don't know. I think Minshew has a lot of opportunity to throw. He has a lot of incompletions typically. Yes, he does score sometimes. He has an attitude. He has a look, but I think the Raiders organization to have someone like Minshew doesn't really help them. Honestly, they need someone who's not like I don't want to use the term sideshow, but
It seems like you just did.
I am going to use that term, dude. He's got a little bit of a shtick. You want someone to come in there who's quiet and focused, especially after what this organization's been through the past couple seasons.
It's one game. Relax.
No. I know it's one game, but it's something I've been talking about and proven here. The Chargers they sucked last year. They had 5 wins.
Yeah, but I think, again, just like with the Giants-Vikings, the Chargers have a better roster.
Yeah, but you can tell me you couldn't score more than 10 points this game, dude? Like, come on, man.
Harbaugh typically has had strong defenses.
That's fine.
He comes from a defensive background.
Well, you need to do better if you're the Raiders. You scored 10 points here. You got outscored here. So, not good, dude.
Chargers, though. Maybe a playoff team?
I didn't have them in there, I don't think. The division, I think, will be competitive. I forget who I guess obviously Chiefs. I forget where it was the pecking order. I may have had the Broncos second, maybe honestly. And then Chargers and then Raiders. But regardless, they're not going to be a wild card, and then probably not going to win the division. So
I'm surprised though. I thought you believed in Harbaugh's system, Herbert, growing as a quarterback.
The way I had their season mapped out was maybe like 4-game win streak, surgence there, as we're seeing Watson. Scramble here,
staying in the game here late, down 3 scores.
But again, like late season, maybe resurgence, whatever. They look good for next year, but under the new coaching, Justin Herbert really hasn't proved anything yet. We'll see how the running game can progress throughout the season, but I don't know, man. Why you think they're making the playoffs?
I think they have a shot. I think just if you look at Harbaugh's track record, that's the only thing I'm looking at. Is just he seems to win everywhere. So I think they will definitely be over 500. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, well they're gonna need probably like a 10-7 record.
10-7 might get them the third wild card. It
might. Right. And I don't know. I don't really see them being better than 10-7. So they're playing for the might get the wild card. And then
that's a big step forward, obviously.
From last year, for sure, dude. I know Mike's pretty excited about them as well.
Very excited.
Very excited, dude.
Dude, I only care about the Jets, honestly. If you want me to be honest, and I care about us beating TCA in fantasy.
Right.
So I'm hyped with that. I'm following with you guys with that.
Picks and fantasy.
I want to be a part of that as well. And then I'm also hyped for fantasy football with Tony. We're gonna dominate. We're gonna win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I should really check it on the team now, probably. But
you really should.
But yeah, we got a hype for tomorrow. Hype for the Jets season as well. Hype to watch the game with you guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
we are watching the game.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's fucking go, right?
I didn't think there was another option, Michael. Right? Michael.
What's that?
No other option than I'll watch the game tomorrow, right?
Dude, Jay needs to get down here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wonder what he's doing for the game.
I think he already started drinking for it. Honestly. No.
You're probably right, to be honest, dude. I think I was talking to him earlier on. It sounded like he was drinking.
I don't think he was drinking, but he was winning. Josh Allen. 34-28 Bills here.
Wow, look at that.
Only 5 incompletions, 232 through the air. It had 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. And we're down to the Cardinals in this one, but end up coming back. What was your thoughts on this victory here for Buffalo?
I guess it was a great victory here. For me, I think that they let the Cards kind of hang around too much.
Let him run the ball a lot.
124 yards.
They ran for 130,
most of them,
helped,
coming for Kyler Murray as well. I think the inability to contain the quarterback was an issue.
Yeah.
And I guess, he is talented, no doubt about that. But I think for the Bills win, I mean, again, Allen, 2 passing, 2 rushing. He was doing what Josh Allen does. And I think for the first time in a while, season opener, no interceptions.
He's on a mission.
Speaking of, Hurts having high interceptions last year, he was second
Josh
in the league, I
Allen
should say. Yeah.
Was second to Sam
Howell,
Howell, who's
but
no longer starting.
obviously, amongst the current starters, he did lead the league last year with interceptions. So not great, but to see him control the ball a lot, averaging 10 yards a pass. I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal there too. Like you said, the comeback victory as well, I think does show a lot for this team and who they believe in, which is their quarterback, obviously. Josh Allen's been one of the more offensive, productive quarterbacks in the league these past few years. So, I think if you're on his team, you're pretty happy about it, which, again, would help out in terms of coming from behind. So, I think good win by the Bills here. We had a little bit of the Bills Mafia fans here from last year. They were in here today, and they were pretty stoked. So, I think you got to be pumped for them, right?
Now, how do you see them? I know, we did our divisional order of finish, but I'm just talking just in terms of, like, competing in terms of, like, how close they are with the Jets. Do you think it's, like, a pretty close comparison there, or do you think that the Jets are markedly better? I mean, I know the Jets haven't played, but just kind of like what you're thinking about this year.
It's tough, dude. I mean, I did have the Jets winning the division, and the Bills maybe going through a little bit of a regression. But listen, dude. I mean, if Allen can keep possession of the ball, in my opinion, they'll be better than the Jets. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I think the key is gonna be how he, picks up the chemistry with his new wide receivers. You got Mac Hollins, the former Raider, Shakir, who played a big role last year, and the second-year receiver Keon Coleman. James Cook also had 3 receptions out of the backfield. And like we said, I mean, running the ball is important too. 130 and 2 scores will be pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see, but I think it's important for them, getting off to the good start after really struggling to start the season last year.
Absolutely. And the Cardinals had a kick return as well, right? So, I mean,
Yeah, first one with the new rules, by the way. Former Seattle running back DJ Dallas.
Which I'm not a huge fan of the new rule.
Gimmicky. Everyone's going to get injured anyway, so.
Yep, as the Cowboys here, looking pretty happy. There's McCarthy. But yeah, dude, I mean, again, like you take away that, special teams touchdown, it's a 21-34 game. And all of a sudden, these Cardinals don't look as close to the Bills.
Yeah, and it's going to be a quick turnaround, Tony, for Buffalo. Thursday night football here to kick off week 2 against the Miami Dolphins. So the Dolphins winning, the Bills winning. So the Jets will need to win tomorrow to complete the quad wins week 1 out of the AFC East. But I think that's going to be a good matchup there. Thursday night football. Al Michaels should be pretty jacked up.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, again, you want to look at two quarterbacks who produce a lot offensively. Tua, Allen, both had great week 1s, both had victories. Both kind of came from behind as well. Really about that, I think does make for a great week 2 matchup. You mentioned the short, rest week as well. So let's freaking go, dude. They're being tested immediately. This is what we're here for. Let's go NFL.
Were you a little disappointed, even though they won in the Dolphins' performance here, 2017, over the Jags? I mean, they struggled, had to get a turnover late to really get back into this game. The offense just did not look the way it did at the beginning of last season. I know it's the first game, but I expected them to score a lot more in this one.
Yeah, I don't know if they were riled with the whole Tyreek Hill scenario.
Oh, yeah, arrested outside there. I think it was a block from the stadium because he was speeding.
Yeah.
That was nuts. But he scored a touchdown, so it didn't seem like it affected him too much.
No, yeah, he did. He scored that late one in the third quarter there, which is great. But I think, again, maybe that was a big reason because the Dolphins were not able to score early on in this game, giving up a touchdown, obviously, immediately. Travis Etienne had the run in there, whatever. And then, again, it seemed like the Jags were kind of in control from there. It took, a nice rush down the field, I think 12 plays, 70 yards. It ended in the A-chain touchdown there, which I think kind of reset everyone's second quarter a little bit. And then you see the third quarter there, defense stepped up. Jags didn't score any points. You mentioned the turnover. Maybe it was more so of Trevor Lawrence and his lack of success in high pressure situations, which we've seen a few times here in terms of crumbling in fourth quarters and later in games, not being able to close
later in the
out.
season, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah, we've seen that last year, late in the season. So it should be interesting to see what happens. But again, I think that the Dolphins next week, again, maybe not against the Bills, who knows, but I think you'll see them, rolling earlier on in games as the season progresses. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, and my whole thing was, the Dolphins, only 2 offensive touchdowns, even though Tua had 338 through the air, but also had 14 incompletions. So
I feel like last year they had some pretty not good red zone numbers.
Yeah, at times.
Yeah.
But he had both of his top targets over 100 yards here.
Here we go.
Hill 130 on 7 catches in the score, and Jalen Waddle 5 catches for 109. And then, you mentioned Lawrence here, underwhelming, 12 of 21, 162, and a touchdown. They did run for 128 yards, averaging 4.9 per carry, and ETN, a rushing touchdown. But Jacksonville, I mean, I think, there were a lot of expectations, especially with Doug Peterson taking over as head coach last year. And like we've talked about, they've been inconsistent. Not the best start for them. I mean, do you think, though, that there's ample opportunity here where we could still see them, have a good season? Or are you kind of thinking that we're looking at Lawrence and there's a possibility he might be overrated?
Maybe. Do you blame Peterson?
No, I'm just talking about Lawrence.
Yeah, just in general?
Yeah. I don't necessarily blame Peterson. I mean, Lawrence is the guy out there. We saw what he did in college. It just seems like the game isn't coming to him as quickly as I think a lot of people expected.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. I mean, you look at his stats last year, over 4,000 yards, 21 touchdown passes, did struggle with the interceptions, 14, which is a career high so far through 3 years. I don't know. I mean, his production isn't terrible. 21 touchdown passes, I guess, should be better. A little bit of a decline from 2022. But didn't he have like an ankle injury, start the year off or something last year?
He definitely got banged up.
Yeah, he did get banged up. So I don't know. I feel like this year may be kind of a, I guess a do or die season for him as well.
Yeah.
But also, again, you would imagine a guy of this talent, maybe it is the team he's on. Maybe you see this guy who obviously still pretty young at 24, 25 years old, I think he's turning this year. Maybe change the scenery will help kind of jumpstart his career again. I don't know.
But yeah, you just want to see some growth, obviously.
You definitely do. And you want to look at, again, maybe looking forward as for the team of the Jaguars here. Browns next week should be somewhat of a get right spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns look terrible.
Their defense, I know, is good, but
Brady's debut, 33-17 boys. Zeke scoring the touchdown. So Zeke getting back in the end zone for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, that's good for him. Good for Dak.
Good for Dak. How about the contract? $250 million, $231 guaranteed. That's great
money, dude.
That's great money. Highest paid player in NFL history.
It is great money.
Yeah, but is he a great player? That's the question.
I mean, clearly is. The money said so. I guess we'll see.
Michael, I believe we had a couple more comments, and I'm going to be right back.
You believe?
Oh wow!
Correct.
Okay, let's go, dude. Tony Soul Show. Let's go Mets, baby, as we go now to the world.
I'm talking now, Tony.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Oh, you didn't realize?
Sounded like I was talking.
No, you were wrong, baby.
Really?
All right, we got 1777 memorabilia saying CJ got the Mahomes treatment, throwing goal line pick late in the game, only the refs to save the day. Richardson got an arm, needs to work on his accuracy, and the Texans ultimately win the game by limiting Jonathan Taylor. Chargers going 2-0 to start the season. They have Panthers next week. Tough win for the Bills, down 17-3. LOL. But it's the same shit as previous years. Josh Allen getting to get beat up and get the wins.
That's right.
They need a new coach. I think the Jets surpass them this year. Dolphins, Jets win the division.
Yeah,
Jets big time upset tomorrow. Jets big time upset tomorrow. Stop talking over me. I mean, it was tough given Tyreek Hill getting Sparta kicked by the cops. Josh D, what's up? Still next to nothing about sports. What's hanging? 77 Maria. The Jaguars coach is no good. Wild, he won the Super Bowl with Philly. Jaguars 10-10 last 20.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean 10-10 in the last 20. It's not great numbers for what's expected of Lawrence and the boys there. And again, you want to look back to last season. Those the end of the year just blow ups. They should have been in the playoffs and they weren't. So.
Yeah, exactly. The Texans have really taken a grasp on that division. It seems like so.
So pretty tough for them. I mean, I think at this point though, fortunately for Lawrence, I think the ceiling is getting in the playoffs though. Yeah. So I think if he's good enough, he can get there. If he doesn't need to reach his highest potential, he can get the team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then obviously take it from there. But like you said, you do wish for this guy's level of play to continue to increase and him turn out to be a great professional quarterback wherever he ends up playing, because I think sooner rather than later he's probably going to be getting out of the Jags.
Yeah, I mean, obviously times really have not been great there recently.
Yeah.
A couple, strong seasons mixed in, but overall have not been able to get to the next level. What was your thoughts on the Chicago Bears? 2 defensive touchdowns. Caleb Williams only 93 yards. But gets his first career win as a starting quarterback in the NFL, 24-17, a game which they trailed 17-3 at half.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is impressive there. I did see them trailing, and I was like, oh, whatever, dude. Caleb Williams, I'm not high on. And I was like, oh, wow, great for the Titans and everything like that. But I think kind of what you've been alluding to, our past few game breakdowns here, I mean, at the end of the day, they have a better roster than the Titans, So I think that's why the comeback happened. And I think the end of the first half ended with a huge drive by Williams, I think. Maybe not to end the half, but around the end of the first half, Michael. Big drive by Williams, I think jump-started a lot of things for him, and obviously second half comeback. What's so funny?
The look Michael gave, because he was basically saying, "Are you kidding me, Tony?" Basically, what he was saying.
I'm paying attention.
Okay, I didn't say you weren't, dude. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of talent. Like I said, that roster, Williams proved a lot.
1777 says Titans did their part in getting the Bears their comeback win.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, the Titans roster is brutal, dude. Levis is not great.
Pollard had a good game, but
Tony Pollard, that's great, dude. But he's on the wrong team. I feel bad for him, to be honest.
They have Ridley and Hopkins, but yeah, I just feel like Levis, he had that good stretch last year, but I don't know if he can be really a franchise quarterback at this point.
No, I don't think so either. Titans have seemingly been searching for their franchise quarterback for quite some time now.
Yeah.
As we're seeing Kevin O'Connell, by the way, talking to his locker room, Donald in the background. His widest win margin of his career today, beating the Giants.
More likely to make the playoffs, the Chargers or the Vikings?
That's a very good question, dude. And I mean, I would say the Vikings, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, again, I just think that, Chargers, the wild card spot, they're not winning the division. They're going to need to get the wild card spot. Could be maybe. You look at that NFC North. Again, Love out changes a lot of things for the Packers now. Lions, you never know. Bears won this week, yes. But, I mean, if
big game with the Texans Sunday night.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think Vikings could maybe steal one here. I mean, you'd imagine that, I was anticipating a wild card team to come out of the North there. And again, with the Packers maybe missing Love for a few weeks, you never know. Now they could really go down.
Yeah, take advantage of that opportunity.
Micah Parsons here with Aaron Andrews.
A good opportunity for our second trivia question.
Let's see if Tony can go for 100%, Michael.
Which franchise has the most week 1 losses of all time with 50? So which franchise most week 1 losses with 50? And I would say too, just to make it so everyone can guess, you just hold your guess. So we'll reveal your guess right before we reveal the answer to the trivia.
You're telling me I'm too good, dude.
I mean, last time it proved right.
Yeah, very true.
Thought.
Pretty interesting, though.
Saying anything, does anything come to mind?
No, not particularly right now because I kind of stopped thinking about it now. But it's interesting to me that they are close in comparison to most losses, most wins.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very interesting.
So we'll give it, maybe 5 to 10 minutes on that. But the Bears, I mean, historically, they've been strong with their defense. We know they have the offensive firepower. No offensive touchdowns today, 2 defensive touchdowns, 3 field goals. So, I mean, any chance you could see them being competitive, or do you think it really just comes down to Williams, maturing and growing into an NFL quarterback?
I mean, yeah, I think the buck starts and stops with him there. Caleb Williams, super young, super talented, someone who is already in the limelight. I don't know. I guess we'll see, dude. Again, looking at their schedule here for the Bears. You mentioned huge game, prime time next weekend, Houston. Stroud, obviously more established than Williams here. You'd imagine that quarterback matchup is in the favor of Houston. And then all of a sudden they're in Indianapolis. You never know. Richardson, what's he going to look like? Maybe that could be more comparable. But I think if he buckles down, he can definitely get some wins here and get something riled up in the fan base for the Bears.
Yeah.
Because they've been searching for it, dude.
They have been. And like I said, having that defense is half the battle for sure. So we know Williams has the talent. It's just a matter of him harvesting it. And before we continue on with the recaps, we actually Tony, I guess what I would say is, without giving it away, we need to hear your answer to the trivia question.
Well, giving it why? Because it was already answered correctly.
Am I saying?
I'm trying to think about it here. I don't know. I feel like you would get a kick out of it that it would be the Jets having 50 losses, but I mean, I don't know, dude. Week 1 losses is kind of tough with 50. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, the Lions were terrible for a while. I'm going to go with the Lions.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Josh B. incorrect, but 1777 memorabilia hitting it on the head with the Cardinals. If you think about it,
that makes sense.
They've been around a while have had some rough seasons. If you think about it, overall, sure, a couple runs, a run to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, let's go, Chicago Cardinals.
Get him a drink, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Shots last year, Chiefs, Bills.
Shots. Let's go, dude.
Kind of crazy, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, tough for the Cardinals, dude.
Yeah, but Harrison, by the way, only 1 catch today. Fantasy teams, 2 of them tight. What are you going to do, right?
I mean, it's on next week,
Yeah, exactly. And
Speaking of
what I
which.
was going to get to, Tony, before we had the answer to that trivia question, in about 20 minutes, we're going to kick off on NBC Rams-Lions. This line has risen to Detroit -5, so it looks like a lot of action on the Lions here. I know you were kind of seemed like a little wishy-washy on McVay and the Rams here, Stafford. So it seems like the public backing the Lions. Usually that spells doom for the dog. I mean, what do you think here?
Doom for the dog, huh?
No, doom for the favorite is what I meant.
Oh,
Like hope for the dog because everybody's hammering the other side.
yeah. I mean, I guess so. I mean, -5 is interesting. On the line there, I don't know. I'm gonna lean. I would lean Rams.
Really?
Yeah, Puka Nacua.
So now you're reconsidering it with Stafford, with Nakua, with Kupp. And Kyron Williams pretty good. I mean, Aaron Donald did retire, but I think they still have a really solid roster. And McVay, I think, is still one of the best coaches in the league. By the way, we got to get NBC on here, right?
Yeah. I mean, the game's 8:20, so
we might as well get the pregame, right?
Oh yeah,
get
sure,
Chris
sure.
Sims on the TV.
Of course, dude. You can contact Dean, who's behind us, dude, for sure.
You think I should get him on the dial? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you want to? If you can, sure, dude.
Michael,
Michael. Oh.
What would be your suggestion here?
Just be like, hey, excuse me, Dean.
You think it rude right now to interrupt?
He's talking. Yeah, right now.
All right, we'll give it a second.
Yeah,
Tony.
definitely interrupt him.
Yeah, do that.
Yell at him from across the bar.
Yeah, I'll yell at him across the bar. Good one. What do you think, though? We saw the end of this game in front of us here, but the Seahawks hang on late against the Broncos, 26-20. Geno Smith, not great, but gets the job done here. Kenneth Walker over 100 yards, and Mike McDonald's first victory as a NFL head coach.
Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously good for the Seahawks there. Geno Smith, you mentioned not good, not great, but okay enough to let Bo Nix and his 2 interceptions win you the game, Zach Wilson start would be imminent.
What a porous attempt to.
I mean, come on. No, I mean, I spoke about it, in our divisional previews here. I don't expect much from the Broncos, from Knicks.
Get NBC on? Okay.
What a porous,
If
dude.
you could do like these two, that would be great.
That would be great. Bo
Thanks,
Nix,
Dean.
I mean, just doesn't really have it, dude. 26 of 42, not great at all. 138
First start
through
of his
the air,
career.
2 interceptions. Yeah,
Oldest
certainly.
rookie since 1950
Is
to
that-
make his debut. 24 years and change.
Wow, dude. I didn't know that. I don't know where that would fit in terms of what to expect from him, but again, we talk about the Seattle Seahawks defense, good, not phenomenal. Legion of Boom, far behind them. You would think Denver. You would think Bo Nix. Cortland Sutton, I guess maybe is. I know Josh Reynolds led the team in passing yards here, receiving yards. I don't know, dude. I mean, looking at their receiving core, I mean, does he have much to throw to? Young quarterback like that.
I mean, I guess his number one receiver is Cortland Sutton. He's pretty good. But yeah, a lot of unproven guys. I mean, Reynolds has been effective at times. McLaughlin, the running back, can be explosive. Didn't do it today. But I think tough division. And it's a shame because obviously this is his second year. You'd think you want to take a step forward, but could be another long season in Denver here.
Yeah, I think it will be, dude. I think they'll be very disappointed. And like I said, dude, I think I had them give 5 wins.
Yeah.
4 of them.
Raiders more wins or no? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Maybe same, to be honest, dude.
But now that I the volume
lower it a little bit?
Yeah. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean. Dean here, live on the Sports Port. Hyped
go.
for the Bears season.
Hype for the Bears. Hype for the pennant race
Yes.
with the Yankees and the
The
Orioles.
Birds.
As well. So,
Oh, my goodness.
exciting time.
Yeah,
You-
dude.
I think it's good, right?
Oh, yeah, no, it's perfect. Perfect. Absolutely love it. And, yeah, I guess we'll see where the Seahawks are going.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Dean.
But I think they have a chance to be competitive. I mean, they got talent on the offensive side. It just matters how Gino's going to play, really, at the end of the day. I think the defense is okay, and they're talented at receiver and running back.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. Kenneth Walker the third there, 20 carries, 103 yards, something Michael Thiefel could never do. We know about the receiving core, Metcalf, Lockett. I mean, let's go, dude, right?
You would think, right? You don't seem that hyped for him, though. It's Gino.
It's Gino, dude. I understand. I don't know. I think he was one-off, breaking records, whatever. Now it's just like, all right, dude. I mean, we'll see what happens. And in my opinion, too, Pete Carroll is a thick loss.
Yeah. But McDonald's, though, I mean, assistant under the Harbaughs. I mean, he's got the track
Do you
record.
think he's comparable to Pete Carroll, though?
I mean, no, because his coaching career is just starting.
Right. So, I mean,
I think he could be solid. And Carroll might have been getting a little long in the tooth. No, Tony?
I guess so. I mean, listen, he looked great up and down the sideline. He's like 75, whatever he is, running miles a day. Was he making bad decisions? I don't think so necessarily. I still think his worst decision, the past few years was definitely the Super Bowl, the pick, Russ, whatever, that ends. But, I guess time will tell with the Seahawks here. Pats next week should be a dub, but then you're getting challenged, Dolphins, Lions, back-to-back after that. So I guess let's visit this week 5 when they play the Giants, see where the record's at.
Speaking of the Pats, and we mentioned it quickly in the open, 16-10 in Cincinnati. I mean, I would say that was the biggest upset of the week by far. We talked about the stat, with the teams that were 6.5-point dogs or more. Week 1, winning, 20 games over 500 there. Once I said that, though, and we see the outcome here, I mean, does it make kind of sense that this happened, or it's still just like crazy because you just feel like the Patriots are simply not a good team, and the Bengals should be a really good team?
Yes, I think that at the end of the day, I mean, the stat is crazy in and of itself, to be honest. So, I mean, yeah, dude, it is pretty crazy, even though the stat was there, that, we saw this outcome. You definitely would imagine a better game there from Joe, more offensive production. I mean, no points in the first half. It's embarrassing. Against this Pats team that absolutely sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you're looking at Jacoby Brissett there, and very similar line there to Joe Burrow in terms of the box score here, and I mean, rushing yards weren't great for Cincinnati. Obviously, again, Burrow, you rely a lot through the air, which I guess you did. Have more yards than the Pats, but nothing to show for it. You didn't freaking have any receiving touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 6 receptions, 62 yards. Good, not a lot. Not great by any means, dude. You should have at least 10 receptions. Like come on.
Yeah. The holdout, all off season, and the contract's still not finalized. So there's some drama there. And T. Higgins also not happy about playing under that franchise tag, and also a little banged up himself.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. But I mean, looking at this game here, for the Bengals, what do you think's gonna happen to them, dude? Why do you think they lost this game, and what are they fixing?
I think just what I said.
What you said, just not on the right page in terms of the players.
Also, Burrow missing a lot of time last year.
But see, that's bullshit. I don't know.
It is bullshit, but I'm just saying. You would think that had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they shouldn't have still taken care of business.
Yeah, no, I think you're totally right. And again, we talked a little bit about their upcoming schedule, and how tough next week Chiefs is. Where do you see this team come? Like, they're rolling into. I guess they got Ravens at home
after the Chiefs.
After the Panthers, so week 5. So it's Chiefs, Commanders, Panthers, then Ravens.
I kind of feel like.
Do you think they're 2-1 the next 3 games?
It's interesting though with the Chiefs. Like, it seems like the Chiefs should win, in Arrowhead. But you look at it. We know a couple of years ago, AFC Championship game, Burrow won. We've seen them beat them in the regular season as well. What are your thoughts? Could we see a completely different Cincinnati Bengals team next week?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a different one. But I think that if the Bengals played the Chiefs last year, maybe they could win. But this year, with the speed they have, some of the receivers now, the targets that Mahomes has, Pacheco seems like he's in midseason form already.
Xavier Worthy, the speed,
and we spoke about fucking Kelsey didn't even get any receptions really that many last week. So there's just so many different ways the Chiefs could attack you. Their defense was looking good as well. I think Burrow could be in a lot of trouble next week.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Like I said, there is a lot of history between these teams, and but Arrowhead, of course, always a tough place to play.
Oh yeah,
that's for sure. What do you think about 1777 memorabilia after Matthew Gabriel saying Seattle defense came up big for me in fantasy, boys? Josh Boye, he says Bengals versus Chiefs week 2, pondering it's bad coaching too, letting these problems affect them so much. And on the other side of the field, you got a team of dogs. What do you think about that?
Are you asking Michael or me?
You. Michael? Bengals, Burrow, Joe Cool?
He'll be back.
Yeah.
Bad coaching. Do you think it is bad coaching?
I don't know if Taylor's great. I think, he's just worked with what he has. But, I don't think he's indispensable, a head coach.
I don't think he is either. I think tough situation. Burrow, the injuries. But I think at the end of the day, Burrow should just be better.
Yeah.
Right?
But I don't know. For something tells me, we'll see. We got time. But I think even though, I always say, Mahomes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I could see the Bengals winning next week.
I'm surprised, honestly. And I guess time will tell.
Just history with the matchup.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. The history is there, obviously. You want to go with that. But I don't know, man. Something's just not sitting right with the Bengals after week 1. But we'll see. That type of attitude in the locker room, guys just not happy with their contracts, not happy with playing there. And a week 1 loss as tough as this one, I can see their season snowballing,
Yeah. No, it's a tough schedule, but then you got 2 easier games. But what is it a beatdown in Arrowhead? It certainly could be, even though I think it's going to be competitive, but you really never know.
I'm leaning towards the beatdown. A good old beat down, baby.
How about a little fantasy update from the TCA Fantasy League? So I lead your mother, which is Daniel. So I'm guessing that's Burnett.
Mm-hmm.
So I lead 85-40 to 82-72. I'm projected to win 135-43 to 107-33. He's got Cup left and Jake Moody. I have Garrett Wilson, Jared Goff, and Gibbs. So feeling pretty good about that one. Star of the show for me today, Tony. The Vikings defense against the New York Giants, 35 fantasy points. I also got a bad draft grade picking Matt Prater, only was 8% owned at the time. 9 points for a kicker. That's solid. James Conner, 19.3. That was pretty good. Malik Neighbors, 11.6. And those were really the stars of the show. Looking at the other matchups here, Anthony's super team in a dogfight with I Saw Your Face. Number 1, Hector, projected to lose by fractions of a point, under
That's
1
right.
point. Obviously, some players left to play.
A lot of players have to play.
Nakua, Montgomery, George Kittle, and
Big players
he
right
has
there.
San Francisco.
We're gonna win.
We are going to
Does
win.
that make you guys a lot more hyped for this Sunday Night Football game? 'Cause you got
Yeah,
the
I
horses.
need Nakua and I need Montgomery to put up some points here. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that, Saucer Face got a little lucky towards the end there with Allen not having any interceptions. He got him a lot of points today. But, I guess we'll see. Again, I'm projected, like you said, to lose by fractions of a point here. I think I have a good shot, dude. I like Nakua. I like Montgomery. Again, George Kittle, 2 tomorrow, I think will be huge. And I think he's going to have a huge mistake for picking the Niners defense.
Really?
That's right, bud.
We'll see. McCaffrey, by the way, I think questionable with the calf.
Really?
So,
I think he'll play.
but I mean, it's funny though. That is always the conventional thing. But
Yeah.
randomly, sometimes it's like, oh, test it out. Pregame warmups doesn't go. So you never know, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. But I still think it's week 1. He's going to play, dude.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say so too. But the possibility out there, nevertheless. Matthew Ryan harping on Zach Wilson. One more day until the start of new era. No Zach Wilson. Michael Butka going Barnes. It's so weird to see you like football, especially since you're a big baseball dude. What do we think about that, Michael? I thought you were laughing, but
Bless
you're
you.
sneezing.
Yeah.
But were you chuckling at the same time a little bit?
Sneezing and chuckling. I was just chuckling. I mean, this is not wrong with you being a big baseball dude, but I mean, he's acting like this is the first time he's seen you talk football.
Right. And I've always said a million times when we're talking about the random teams
Yeah,
watching nationally, football blows everything away.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. Maybe Buckta, hitting the drink a little bit too much today in anticipation of all the football. Probably started early,
How about had the audacity, Michael? I know you'll get a kick out of this one, and maybe Tony too. Randomly texting me, Barnes, do you remember the Huskies 2014 championship game run? And you know what I said? I said, Michael, you already know the answer to that.
You already know. Thank you, Renee.
Kind of crazy, right?
So do you remember it?
Yeah. I mean, it was senior year. Matt was riled. Yes, thank you. And a water. And a water. But yeah, me and Matt watching Stretch run. Hungry Huskies, Shabazz Napier. I know Tony was tuned in at that time.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
And then Josh B saying, let it finally happen. Then talk shit. Be a little humble, especially when the Jets have been completely trash for literally your entire life. Crying emoji. Matthew Gabriel, pumped. This fantasy league is going to be fun, boys. I'm pumped. Matthew Ryan at Josh B. I'm not talking shit. I'm saying the facts. Matthew Gabriel with a Michael B. 1777 memorabilia. What's your possible World Series matchup, which is interesting? I think I started the year saying Yankees Dodgers, so I'm gonna stick with that.
Really, Dodgers?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm guessing your matchup has a little New York flavor in it, Tony, or you're not getting that out of yourself.
I mean, I guess if we really want to do that, sure, dude, I can do that.
But really, though, are you?
Obviously,
are you thinking
realistically,
that?
I'm not
if it was like you were
expecting-
gonna get executed, like if you were wrong.
In terms of
Mets World Series.
Mets or the field, basically,
Yeah.
I'd be picking the field.
Okay,
Yes,
all
dude.
right. Just want to make sure.
Um,
I can see you though. The principal going down with the ship, like you know
I mean,
what I'm
listen,
talking about. though.
obviously, I'd love to see the Mets in there, but you're not sitting there, you're not wishing, you're not. It's just not going to happen, probably. You
Okay.
never know. Again, today, tough loss. We'll get to it if we even do. We'll talk tomorrow. Whatever, doesn't matter. But out of the NL, I mean, I can see the Phillies making it.
Phillies. Okay, Phillies
Um,
over the Dodgers.
Yeah, I
The
think
Dodgers
so, dude.
choke coming into play despite the talent.
Phillies, Zach Wheeler, dude.
Okay.
Think about it. And then I
Thank
guess from the AL, I mean, obviously Yankees are certainly in play. And I don't know, man. I think when
Can I? Just because I want to see all right. before you say it, can I guess?
Like who
And
I
you
would pick?
promise you're going to be honest with like answering what I'm going to say.
Yes.
All right. I think you're going to say the Astros.
Honestly, I was gonna say Yankees. I swear to God.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Interesting. Okay.
really I understand. Even if they honestly end up not winning the division, which I think they will end up winning the division.
Yeah.
Baltimore, young team. I could see them even getting upset. Guardians. I don't know, man. I mean, their pitching has been great recently. Their offense has always been good all year, but I don't think they have what it takes to get pitching through to the World Series. And again, Astros. Listen, on a heater right now. Altuve is working wonders for me.
8-0
Valdez
losing to the Diamondbacks on Sunday Night Baseball right now.
Really?
Mhm.
I did not know that. But I think they took 2 out of 3, right? They won the last 2 games, right?
Might have.
8-0, you say, right? I picked up fucking
Brendan Faulk.
no. Fought pitched yesterday.
Right.
Reen Nelson, dude.
Okay. Gotcha.
What do we got?
Michael, let's hear it.
You want in?
Let's hear it. This is going to get interesting.
Hello.
Hello,
Michael.
dude.
Good to
Welcome
have
the
you on this
table,
side,
man.
bud. First time at the table here? I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Ever.
Kind of crazy.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Tony's surprised. He's like, "What's going on?
Yeah,
Mike's
yeah,
in-
yeah, like,
Why is
like-
Mike in a good mood?"
Yeah, right?
let's hear
died.
it.
I don't know, dude.
No, I just Renee was like, she wants to. She looked at me, asked me how I'm doing. I don't know. Sometimes producing can get kind of slow.
Right. So you like being in the mix, in the
And
action.
even just like, even if I want to like be over here and just like chill for a sec and then be like boom, boom, boom for a sec, it's nice.
Yeah, it's dope.
I could get up.
Yeah, you can.
The show goes on.
I don't get
Right.
up.
Right.
I never get up.
Stretch the legs.
I'm a guest right now, Tony.
What do you think though about Matthew Gabriel saying, "Butka, how many beers you have?" And then he 1770 memorabilia wants to know early Super Bowl futures matchup.
Futures is in like
All I know is
Wait,
Jets.
I was just thinking about it. Did we do that?
no, we didn't do our matchups.
Wow. So I guess now's the time, right? It started with Michael just to get him riled.
Oh my goodness.
All I know, I don't need to know who's in the NFC. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's the Jets in the Super Bowl starting tomorrow night. 4 TDs, 300 yards passing. Aaron Rodgers. Tony's gonna be upset he didn't start him week 1.
Interesting. Wow. And I definitely would prefer the Jets to be in the Super Bowl. Obviously, haven't been in the Super Bowl since 1969. Tony's searching for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was a great year.
Yo, you know what's funny? So
That's
we're,
Jets.
we're taught. We go to Terrificon, right?
Right.
And he gets to talk to one of his favorite actors, Brian O'Halloran. Guess what year he's born?
69. Of course, he said good year, cracking up.
He, in his head,
hammered.
I know, he was professional with it, but I
Yep.
know when he said his birthday, 1969, Tony was like,
But just a guess here, I'm gonna go Chiefs Lions.
Chiefs Lions.
Yeah,
Interesting.
could have had that last year.
Yeah.
Lions, blowing that game against San Francisco. What do you think, Tony?
I love Lions coming out of the NFC. I was gonna pick them myself, but I might go a little different here. I'm gonna go Jets though from the AFC. That's my God honest truth right now. Even though, and I'm gonna say, I say the Niners go back.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then choke again or no?
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy if tomorrow is the preview of the Super Bowl. Can you guys imagine that?
Oh my goodness.
I could see that though.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Right. That's pretty solid. Bucks though, sneaky.
But
Sneaky
yeah,
Bucks.
I
Watch out.
think until the Jets win again, I can't pick them to win the Super Bowl.
They're going to win tomorrow.
I really hope they do.
Dude, you're going to be ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean it's the thing is it's not like other years where you question certain things on the team, the quarterback. I mean, sure you might actually question the coaching. I mean, I will say that, but you do have the quarterback, so I think it's just a matter, honestly, of everybody staying healthy. I mean, I think that's the biggest, as Tony would say, bugaboo to the Jets season here.
Yeah, I would say so. Obviously, the injury last year. Aaron Rodgers, he's got to stay healthy. People also forget though they had a lot of injuries to the offensive line as well.
Rebuilt it this offseason.
Yeah, rebuilt it this offseason, so you expect better protection. For your quarterback. Obviously, a few sophomore years going on too for some big players. So let's freaking go, dude. You expect a lot of improvement in multiple different areas, obviously including offense being the biggest one there, but defense as well, dude. I mean, this team is going to be better than last year, way better than last year.
When I say best player on the Jets, and this is a question for you too, Michael, let's start with you on this, actually. Best player on the Jets, first thing that comes to your mind, not thinking, Just what's
Aaron.
the word?
Aaron.
Aaron? And you too?
Same.
He's gonna, dude. I'm telling you,
I-
it's gonna be a
I'm
huge
gonna,
year.
I think he can have a
MVP.
huge year, but I think Garrett Wilson
Yes,
is
sure.
the best player on the team. I think Garrett Wilson could be a Hall of Famer. I mean, obviously there's a lot to prove. I'm saying he has the talent to be a Hall of Famer. He's that good of a receiver.
I'm
Yeah.
with you.
How much do you think Alan Lazard gets tossed in the next year?
I think Lazard may have 5 to 7 touchdowns, honestly, because I think he has the rapport with Rodgers.
Yeah.
If Rodgers trusts you, he's going to go to you.
Absolutely.
It's interesting, though, after he was deactivated down the stretch. I mean, really, they would have released him if they didn't owe him money. Kind of crazy that he can play a big role this year. But he's going to be at least like the third wide receiver because you have Mike Williams from the Chargers who's expected to be the deep threat.
Exactly. Yeah, and you said he probably will be your third option. I know Gibson also I think made a name for himself last season, returning punts,
Right.
showing off some speed as well. Imagine maybe he gets mixed in as well. But yeah, Lazard should be interesting to see how much he is utilized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. A couple more comments as we're
Yes.
about to kick off here from Ford Field. Renee is riled and ready. Let's go.
We
Ready
are
and
ready
riled.
with the comments.
Starting, by the way, with the comment about the Dodgers and the Yankees, 40 years.
What?
That's the last comment that we haven't read.
What is that?
It's above Padres versus Astros.
Oh, that is where we are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have 1777 memorabilia saying Dodgers Yanks hasn't happened in like 40 years.
Mhm.
There's a chance though.
Always
and
a
then-
chance, dude.
And then there's a little like a face, and I'm gonna show you what it's like.
Look at that face. Look at the face of the Lions as they
Nice, Renee.
start their 2024-2025 season
They're hyped.
after losing a heartbreaker in the NFC Championship game.
We got also Padres versus Astros. Matt Gabriel says, "Get up, walk around."
I don't want to
tonight."
walk around. I just want to
walk
relax.
around, dude.
Ravens versus Eagles.
Interesting, but not
Like that.
likely.
Yeah, Ravens unlikely. No way.
Eagles unlikely.
Michael Bakta,
Ravens
Kevin
more
Ollie
likely.
was coached during that 2014
A
championship
short
run.
completion for a loss here. Anzalone, the former Saint, jacked up. What were you saying, Rena?
Michael Bakta, Kevin Ollie was coached during that 2014 championship run.
They were the 7th seed. He said.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Hungry Huskies, Shabazz Napier.
Crazy. Matthew Gabriel, Niners, Jets, Super Bowl.
That's what I said. Can't steal it.
20-17, Jets win on time expiring field goal.
Wow, that would be legendary. As Stafford drops back on second and 11.
Tosses a high and
And
incomplete.
incomplete. Looked like he was looking for, was that Atwell? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
Or I don't think it was. Continue, Renee.
We also got 1777 memorabilia saying big trust in Robert Saleh.
I don't
Salah.
think I trust
Salah.
Saleh. Do you, Michael?
I don't trust Saleh.
Saleh, he actually no Barnes. I trust him more than Salah.
Yeah.
But any chance, fellas, though,
You know
that
what's-
comes
hold
back.
on, chat. I just want to say
Chat, who are you talking to?
Chat?
to the people out here, it's funny that like anytime anybody else makes a joke, Tony can't handle
That's not
it.
true at all, dude.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. You say to yourself.
As the Rams getting stuffed here.
Oh my God. dude.
Jacked up. Looked like the rookie there, Blake Corum, down for a loss, and the Rams go 3 and out. But Salah, do you think down the stretch, Tony, it could cost the Jets?
Yes, that's my one biggest worry. I think.
Nah,
with the team,
dude. I'm not worried about
What do
him.
you? Why do you like him now?
I don't like him. I just know Rodgers is not doing that, dude. He's not. It's his calls. It's his plays. It's his everything on offense. So all you really need is him to coach defense well. And I mean, did they not have like a decent defense last
The
year?
only thing that concerns me,
Decent,
though,
yeah.
I'm trying to think about the last team that won a Super Bowl with a coach that we felt was very mediocre, like we think of Salah.
Who was the Baltimore Ravens head coach in 2000?
2000? They lost. Oh, no, they won. Never
They
mind.
won.
But Brian Billick.
Oh, you're right. He's
But
been-
also,
he
that
good.
was 24 years ago.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But right, Tony? I mean, you think about all the recent Super Bowl teams.
Right.
It doesn't
Obviously.
say. I mean, what, Bruce Arians? But
I
he-
was just
but
gonna
he was
say
good on offense. We knew that Salah. I don't
good
know.
on defense.
Good on defense, but not as a head coach. Arians had success as a head coach. Salah hasn't. Hasn't had a
Okay.
quarterback.
But if
Arians
you want to
at
think
times
about
didn't
it,
have one
though,
either.
Brady came in, won it. Rodgers comes in.
Wins it.
I mean, you really though, like
Yes.
not to just get jacked up. You
No.
really believe that? Tony?
Yes.
I know you believe it. Michael.
He does. He just the thing
I
is
don't know. He looks like he's
he's a
conflicted.
Met fan, dude. So like,
Yeah.
he's got PTSD with that
It has
stuff.
nothing to do with
Yes,
that,
it
first of
is,
all.
dude.
And
I know
and
it.
just said
It's
why
okay,
there's
baby.
For a
one
short
thing,
game here.
dude.
You're gonna get it.
Listen, I don't know if you guys remember, but when Rodgers was talking about coming over to a new team, you guys were hyped for the Jets. I said, big mistake.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. First of all, you didn't
I did say
big.
that.
You didn't say
I said
big.
he's a
No,
prima donna.
Yes, that's what you said.
I said he does not work in the New York media.
Yes,
dude.
Stop
you did
it.
say it. No, you did. You did.
So that I mean, for me, still to this day, I am thinking that, to be honest.
But is it one of those things where you look at it and it's like you're thinking about that, but then you're also thinking, well, at the same time, this is the best chance they've had to win a Super Bowl in a very long time.
Exactly.
At the same time.
And Rodgers loves himself, does certainly, I'm sure, want to win, be that guy to give them a championship. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really about what I guess is his drive at this point. A lot is riding on this week one. Again, even running into this, into this preseason, Michael, the trip to Egypt. What are we doing? We're missing reps,
ayahuasca.
dude. Like, we're missing reps. All right, dude. And you don't really have an opportunity to be missing reps and then going out there and losing. You're playing one of the best teams in the league week one. You can't be dicking around with that. And that's why in the back of my head, I'm like, dude, this guy is fucking half checked out. Oh my God!
As the Rams get to Goff,
swallow.
no Aaron Donald, no problem. A 3-and-out for the Lions here.
Not really what we need for my fantasy team, but right now we'll take it. I guess it's still early.
Stafford looking a little long in the tooth with that beard, huh?
The beard. He needs a haircut. Like, has he been having some late nights? I don't know,
You
dude.
think out on the couch?
Is that the one with the wife?
He's got a wife.
No,
No,
but there was no controversy.
Which one's the one with the wife that? Oh, it's Rivers. No.
No, it might have been.
It was Stafford where he went on the podcast. She went on the podcast.
What did she say?
Oh, and she was talking about this old the
How
dude that
she
was
slept with the
the
backup QB to motivate him.
What, when he was in college?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
She said that she slept with the quarterback,
The backup QB.
not to
Before they were
motivate
together.
Stafford.
Yes.
I don't think so.
She came on the podcast and said
And
that.
Matthew says, yes, Mike, that was his wife.
Matthew knows, baby.
So what's the story with that? Could you explain it to me?
Yes,
was
yeah,
it what
I-
you just
I-
said, the
literally.
backup quarterback?
Yeah.
But while they were dating at Georgia, that
I don't think
Yes,
so.
and she even said that she said that on a podcast recently, and that like that's the reason why he's like, good.
1777 memorabilia says, LOL, what podcast was that? And then Matthew says, I remember that video.
Mhm. See?
Tony searching for it literally here.
that's crazy.
No, she didn't sleep with him. She just went out with some douche.
Nah, dude. I'm
That's what he said.
I don't know, dude.
I think it's her. I don't know though. It's one of those quarterbacks.
I guess in reference to them meeting, at first it was rocky, but then he really liked him. He didn't give her the time of day. I dated the backup QB to piss him off.
She said it on a podcast too.
That's the quote.
But Matthew also says, but might have LOL. No, it's her, Mikey.
See?
Tony tight, it appears.
Yeah.
He's tight. He doesn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I thought that was very disrespectful to him as her husband.
Apparently she issued a formal apology too.
Yeah.
Which gets interesting.
That's why he's messed up right now. He's got all shaggy. He's thinking about the backup QB, bro.
And she apologized to the backup QB.
Wow.
Well, I mean, rightfully so, dude. Like, I don't like if I'm the backup QB, all of a sudden I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that?
I'm chilling. I'm on a farm.
And
right
what if
now.
like you're with like your then wife, and now
Yes.
like you didn't like
You
maybe
didn't tell her.
disclose this information, and all of a sudden she's
Oh.
Aaron, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? All right.
Yeah, that's why I told you it wasn't good. It wasn't nice. It wasn't clean.
Wait, so based on that, wasn't clean, dude. Ew.
All right. So I think good time for a topic change here, fellas. But I think, as we've seen so far, a little chippy to start, some big hits. I think this will be a close game. I think tomorrow night, Jets Niners will be a close game. And then it's on to week 2 where I think we have a ton of good matchups. Just to kind of run over those. We're going to get Bills Dolphins Thursday night. I think, like we said, Michael's jacked up, Herb Street. But then we get Saints Cowboys, Bucks Lions, Colts Packers, Jets Titans. If the Jets do not win that game, they're not winning the Super Bowl. I'm not kidding. After what we saw from Tennessee today, you could not lose that game.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's just take 1 week at a time here, Brian, please.
Speaking of 1 week, 49ers and Vikings, Seahawks, Pats, Giants, Commanders, Chargers, Panthers, Browns, Jags, Raiders, Ravens, Rams, Cardinals, Steelers, Broncos, Bengals, Chiefs, Bears, Texans, and then we finish up Monday Night Football, Battle of the Birds, Tony, Falcons and Eagles. So, I mean, I think there's some big matchups in there. Some weak ones as well. But
Next Monday night, though, probably not that really riled for. Falcons, Eagles, give me a break. I think Falcons get pounced on.
I feel like I like watching Bijan.
Of course, dude. Very talented.
Yeah.
Mr. Robinson. Low snap, by the way. Oh, my gosh.
Almost picked, but
Come
Cup catches
on.
it. You know what I was going to say before, too? I was a little nervous with Nakua for fantasy. Great year last year. We know Cup was banged up and rookie, huge year out of nowhere. I feel like, what was it, 1,500 yards he had last year?
Yards, yeah.
I mean, it seems like it's going to be tough to come close to that.
I mean, obviously, you know, you don't anticipate 1,500, but I mean, again, being a great, maybe as just Cup is getting all these looks already, dude.
And they have the rapport, obviously, winning the Super Bowl a few years back.
Yeah, of course. It'll be interesting to see, where Nakua fits in here. But, I mean, they're not going to throw the Cup every time, even though they do that. They're going to mix in Nakua. What do you got going on there, Mike?
Nothing.
Nothing good, dude. Cooper Cup here.
I think you're looking up the Stafford thing, Michael.
No.
59 receptions last year, lowest since 2018. We know about it being out for a little while. But Nakua now at the bottom of your screen, and Stafford out of the gun. So let's see what his wife has to say about this.
Wow.
Like that.
Passes to the tight end. Is that Hartenstein?
I believe it is, dude. I see a big, long name on his jersey.
Looks like that's a first down. And how about Matthew Gabriel saying, she's nothing but a fool? And then he stops. And then he said, can you say? And then 1777 memorabilia says, damn cold world. Who set your lineup this week? Michael and Tony.
Tony did.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you didn't go over anything with Michael?
He didn't.
Oh, no, Michael's been MIA with.
No, I haven't, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I think he even forgot, to be honest, that it was even a thing.
Hangs on to this
Easy,
one.
You don't want to be involved, clearly.
No,
It's all right.
obviously, I did, dude. You came in, you
You
had your hoorah,
No,
and then you left. That's your thing.
I'm here,
dude.
baby.
Oh, look at that snag off the snap. There's nothing wrong with my why? Who said that, by the way?
And then Matthew says, you didn't do it together?
See?
No, Michael does not care.
I
dude.
do care.
Kyron
I was the one who said
Williams,
put Aaron in.
that's
He
gonna
wants to
be
go
a
with Justin
first
Fields.
down.
Yeah, you told me that yesterday.
I
And it's
said if
Jalen
I
Hurts,
told you to draft him first, baby.
Yeah, you told me to draft him first.
And so what
which
do
is
you
like,
think?
why
I
would
want
I
him to
do that?
start him.
1777 memorabilia says, here comes the Rams.
Having Ward on the bench was brutal, dude.
See, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, sorry, that Ward Reed,
Yep.
receiver for Green Bay.
How many points did he have?
33.
He had 2 touchdowns?
See, baby, I knew it. I would have put him in.
Right, the number
I
on top,
drafted him.
the blue numbers. How many points he gets you?
33.
33. It was
I drafted him.
projected at 12. Actually, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I
Stafford
did.
on
I
first
drafted
down
him.
here.
Go back to the
Finds Nakua.
Let's go, baby.
That's going to be a first down.
Fuck
Looks
you.
like a
No,
gain of
no,
about
no,
13.
No.
Tony
See how he
appearing
treats
not
you,
to
folks?
be a team player
Exactly.
here. No Michael involvement with the lineup, not leaving him hanging
Are
for a
you
high
fucking
five.
kidding me, dude?
It's all in the.
All you've been
everyone's
doing
witnessing
is
it.
ridiculing the team, and you didn't even fucking help me.
I'm not
okay,
ridiculing-
dude? Yes.
Parts. Everyone,
Yes.
Josh.
Yes.
Everybody was there draft night. I was reading off my notes.
Yeah.
I came
Okay.
in with notes. I'm
Yeah.
sure people were like,
Yeah.
"What?"
They
Mike had
came in the
notes?
6th round.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was
Yeah,
the third.
dude.
Second.
No. Okay.
Matthew Gabriel says, have you witnesses?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
yeah, check
out,
the
baby.
tape, check the tape.
Josh
baby,
B
tape,
already
dude.
sent over a clip.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Seems.
fucking fine, dude. Fine.
Cup,
fine.
another
fine.
reception here, brought down pretty aggressively by the cornerback Arnold. It's going to be second in medium here.
But other than that, for Reed, I mean, what are you gonna do? You would have projected it a lot. I thought Devontae Adams would have been better. Devontae Adams is fucking nothing. Fuck Baker.
We were talking
Fuck
about
Minshew,
this
honestly.
last year. One of the worst career decisions we've ever seen. Adams forcing his way to the Raiders.
Yeah, brutal. But Diggs, by the way, got me 21 points, so I'm not fucking worried about
2
that.
touchdowns, not a lot of yards, but interesting. He's kind of struggled the last year and a half or so. Could have a big role on the Texans.
Stroud.
I
you
do
know,
want
missing
to
the ball.
make a public thank you to our YouTube members. Last night, we also got a new one, Jamie Hancock, level 1.
Jamie's awesome.
Last
Let's
night.
go, Jamie.
Shout out also Josh D, Danny V, AJ,
Tanucci.
level 1.
Yeah, he ain't good enough for level
I think he
2.
said he was looking at level 4, level 5 soon.
Josh,
Yeah,
Josh M
yeah.
and Josh B. Shout out those brothers, the longest acting members. Just wanted to do that real quick.
Yeah.
Josh B. lifetime membership.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow. There we go.
Hartenstein first down here and
more.
more. Takes a big hit. Was right to the shoulder though, so no flag. As we approach 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Rams really moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, we'll have to see that. Hutchinson getting some pressure though, but Stafford's getting that ball out very quickly, dude. I mean, you're looking at his reads immediately. I mean, he looks one, checks down immediately, dude. Like he's not wasting any time. Love to see that from him. So let's keep it up, dude.
I mean, I know it seems like a stretch maybe to you, but I thought going into this year, because we saw him come on strong last year, I think Stafford is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I mean, listen, he is certainly the grittiest. I'm not going to lie. Nakua, get Nakua down. Oh,
Incomplete there, going for Allen. By the way, Chris Hansen today, 2 Allens for Josh.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go. That's good.
Heavy Allens, by the way.
How do you do today?
Solid, honestly. Solid.
Could you do that?
Hansen is
The red zone?
Honestly, I mean, I could do a red zone, but I'm just saying I respect my guy, Scott
I'm
Hansen.
saying.
I could do it.
You think you
but
could
there's-
do a whole
Honestly, though,
Sunday,
that would be
dude.
tough. That would be tough. Honestly, that's a long time.
no
It's
phone?
8 hours. I don't know, actually. 8 hours the voice, the pipes.
You're not talking to anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
I think you
No
could do it.
bathroom break. I couldn't
No
do that. I didn't
fucking-
tell you that.
I think
Yeah.
you could do. Yeah. Oh yeah.
No bathroom break.
I already got to go again. Honestly.
I mean, he's got.
Stafford taking
swallowed
down.
up.
So a 3rd and long coming up here for the Rams. Boy, this is a exciting game early. I know no scoring, but I'm saying a lot of like exciting plays.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, obviously big moments here on defense. We see, you said, Rams moving the ball now, and they're somewhat in the red zone here. So we just see what they look for. Maybe Nakua downfield in the end zone for the first
Would
touchdown.
not be
of the
surprised
year.
if it was Cup. I mean, it could be Nakua, but obviously we've seen Stafford already look a handful of times.
But you'd imagine Cup well covered, Nakua wide open.
Potentially, but after 1,500 yards last year, you would still have some coverage.
Oh yeah, sure. But let's see what happens. Nakua on the bottom of your screen here. It was like a little one-on-one action.
Bottom of the screen.
Coming across the field. A flag is down.
False
False start.
Wow, that's a drive killer. As they're going to be further back here for potential field goal.
And I mean, at this point, I mean, do you even go for the first down? Or you just try to get like a chunk play, get some better field goal better field goal position, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just want to get in position here, and I forget who the Rams kicker is.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I have no idea, to be honest.
Jeez, I'm kind of tight.
Who's the kicker for your fantasy team?
I have Matt Prater.
I got Matt Gay and
He used to be the Rams kicker. What team is he on? The Colts?
Colts. Yeah.
Rams kicker, you ready for it? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Joshua Curdy, a rookie from Stanford.
Stanford. Okay, pretty cool. Like that.
Yeah.
By the way, Fairbairn, kicker for Houston, got me 20 points this week, dude.
Yeah. The grizzled vet, as the Rams do what you say here, Tony. Picking up, I would think, about 10. So it make this a more manageable field goal, but nevertheless, the first attempt of Joshua Carty's career, the 22-year-old, and like I said, from Stanford University.
6th round selection here, 209th overall in this past
Two
year's
of three
draft,
kickers selected.
which is pretty crazy. He was the second one selected.
Yeah.
So obviously somebody going higher, somebody going lower than him. Middle of the pack, 41 yards here from the right hash.
We haven't seen many misses today. Will this be a miss?
Quarter says it ain't.
Quarter says it ain't, but the
Oh, it
quarter
is.
tucks
Yes,
it down the
dude.
middle. A little action right, but then turn left. Almost in bowling, you would say, where's Brooklyn at?
Yeah. Yes, dude. Looked like the snap was a little bit to the right as well. Holder caught it, pull it in. Kicker, though, poised for his rookie first kick there. You got to appreciate that. As the Rams, I mean, at the end of the day, I suppose, they get held off by the Lions here in terms of no touchdown. But the field goal makes it 3-0. So far, we've seen somewhat of a standoff in terms of defense here so far. I'd be interested to see, we were talking about Stafford adapting to already how the Lions defense is getting the ball out way quicker. Do the Lions maybe just heavily use David Montgomery, running back, ground and pound game here, maybe set up some play action pass, for Goff to look downfield to one of his receivers. But I mean, obviously, if you ask me, I'd be pretty hyped for David Montgomery. Fantasy team, Renee. He's my running back. Could definitely use the points. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I would anticipate, if I were to guess, if I'm in the minds of Dan Campbell, first play of the game here, or first play of the drive, I should say, Montgomery will halfback dive up the middle, see what happens.
Oh, you think they're going to try to run the ball here?
I think that would be their adjustment.
Yeah.
Again, I was saying Stafford moving the ball quicker out of the pocket. I would like to see that. I think Campbell would be like, hey, we've had a few big stops. Let's try to run up the middle and see what happens,
Yeah. I mean, they got the running backs to do it.
Yeah.
And listen, I think these are two of the better teams here in the NFC. So I think this has the feeling of like a last-second field goal type of game.
Yeah. I mean, if it's so evident of that. I mean, obviously these two teams have a little bit of a past, even in terms of trading quarterbacks. Very interesting storyline to always touch upon,
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny because obviously the Lions, struggled with, making the playoffs, being consistent. It hasn't been that long, but for the Rams to win the Super Bowl like that in the first season, especially, unless Goff wins the Super Bowl, the Rams are always going to be ahead in that deal.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, in my opinion, even before that, I always kind of thought Stafford was
better quarterback.
Better, yeah.
But I think it was as good of a return as you could have gotten at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And for a guy that you thought it was like, okay, we're going to pay him for a year, and then we're going to get rid of him. And then all of a sudden they're signing to him an extension.
Which is kind of crazy, dude. But again, we'll kind of see here. But yeah, like you said, the way this game is going, 3-point game now, probably going to be a 3-point game, come the final whistle.
Favorite game of the day so far?
That's a great question, dude. I mean, it was great to see Baker do so well. So I think because of that would be my favorite. Steelers close second because it was nice to listen to that game on the radio. But I'm gonna go with Baker and the boys, baby.
I would say for me, it was definitely the
Chargers
game between the Texans and the Colts. Just very, very back and forth. A lot of offense, a lot of big plays down the field. I thought that was some exciting football.
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely was. Texans, again, a lot riding on this year, and a lot of different, I guess kind of breakdowns coming into this year for this team. Like you mentioned, sophomore year, never know, schedule, never know. As look at that, we're getting a little run here from David Montgomery.
Who looks like a gain of 3, 2.5, 3 yards there.
Probably give him 3.
So second and long here for Detroit. We talked about them running the ball from the jump. They do that, but I think they have very good balance because we know, one of the top running teams in the game, the combination of Gibbs and Montgomery, but yet Goff, I believe, still passed for over 4,000 yards last year. We know about Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think they do a good job of balance. I mean, you think about a complete football team, they're up there with just all the parts. If you think about the offense, the defense, the coaching. I mean, they have a lot of positive qualities on this team.
Absolutely, a lot going for them. You mentioned Amon-Ra St. Brown. I believe in every home game he has played for the Lions, he has at least 75 yards.
Wow,
reception yards.
Wow.
So that's great, dude. And be interested to see if they go to him soon. As Mr. Shula, by the way, the defense coordinator of the Rams, are showing him and McVay in college together, playing football
Grandson
together.
Of Don or no?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Son of Mike?
Kevin Shula?
Yeah.
I think was his name.
By the way, St. Brown, the only receiving yards for Detroit so far, 1 catch for 4 yards. And Montgomery picking up the tough yardage there for a Lion first down.
Let's see. Oh yes, the Wikipedia dudes. He is the grandson of Don Shula.
There we go.
And the nephew of
Michael.
Morning. But obviously, Indiana State graduate assistant. That's where I guess he played with McVay, which is pretty cool. There you go.
Yeah. And is it just me, Tony?
And he played up for the Miami Redhawks as well with McVay.
And does it just seem as Montgomery picking up some yards, but this might be coming back as there's a flag on the play. But does it seem like all these coaches, all these coaching trees somehow all tie in together?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, nepotism is certainly rampant in the sports world, especially, if you think about your head coach, you're going to have to work closely with your defensive coordinator. By the way, I flag on the defense here, so watch out. But yeah, I mean, you're spending hours and hours and hours. You're going to want to hire people you like to hang out with. Also, to have another football mind that you grew up playing with. I mean, that's huge, dude. I love that.
Yeah. And, the reason I mentioned that, though, is because it does seem like everybody comes back to Andy Reid, Bill Walsh, Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells. It seems like almost every head coach has some type of exposure to those coaching trees.
I mean, listen, when you are such an impactful coach or player or whatever in any sport, that's going to happen. Again, I'll talk about watching the 30 for 30s on Greg Norman. He's talking about one of the greatest conversations he's ever had about his golf careers with Jack Nicklaus.
Right.
So I mean, again, that goes for more than one golfer.
Montgomery looks like a gain of about 8 here.
I mean, let's go, keep running him, baby. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. Fantasy. What's up, dude? Who drafted him?
Michael.
I mean, it seems like, when Dan Campbell's the coach,
Absolutely
pretty
not.
Safe bet to have one of the running backs in fantasy.
Yeah, and actually in the draft process, I was panicking. It was my first draft. Again, I was trying to go off of what other people were kind of drafting. I don't know when to draft what. But I started seeing running backs go. And I was like, you know what, dude, let me just pick one up. And then I saw Monty. So let's pick him up, dude.
Michael seems to be questioning.
It was Michael's choice to draft Ty Chandler.
I drafted him
as Montgomery picking up a first down here. So Detroit getting the ground game going. 1777 saying Texans Colts good game. Lions have the best team in the NFC. Problem for them is when they get to the playoffs, Campbell can get wild. Philly versus Detroit in the NFC Championship game is what I'm thinking, which is interesting. I definitely could see Detroit going back. Like I said with Philly, I think they're very talented. But it just comes down to all of the players, really being in harmony. We saw the locker room seem to fall apart down the stretch last year. And, of course, Hurts limiting the turnovers.
Yeah.
As Montgomery, another big run here. The thunder and lightning combination.
Let's go.
David Montgomery between the tackles. Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield and running the ball on the outside. Tony with some interesting signs here.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to be a good teammate.
No.
It just shows.
Yeah, honestly, it does.
Really
you get very tight. Just like this morning with the text, made the joke about the Advil, no response. Oh, dude, I was driving.
I laughed at it,
dude. Michael's questioning it.
Look at the fucking group chat right now. And also, no, because you guys want to have your jokes, whatever. But in reality, I know who drafted this guy.
No.
And I know, listen, I'll give Michael credit where credit's due. The kicker, great job, whatever. That's awesome. The defense helped me out with, of course. But listen, dude, I mean, at the big moments, he wasn't around.
Not true.
The first round, the second round went by.
I mean, it seems like you're trying to push him aside. Like, why even have him involved at this point, right?
Because I wanted him to be. And he said he was.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it.
Tony, it's me and you, bro. I mean, I've done this before. We can do it.
Yeah, that's why we have a good team. We're going to win it. We are.
Exactly.
As we come to a close here in the first quarter, Rams 3, Lions 0, but driving inside Ram territory, 3rd and 2 after the break. I love those type of shots of the city. Are you kidding me? Sunday Night Football.
Beautiful drone shot.
I would say, like, we take Collinsworth out of it. They might have, if you consider graphics, the cameras, they might have the best football broadcast. Do you think so? Or not?
Absolutely. Yeah, hands down. I mean, listen, they put so much value and money into the production of Sunday Night Football. It is their prime time game, dude. So yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, ESPN has grown to have a partnership with ABC since this happened. But you think back a while ago here, Monday Night Football was always the big game of the week. But ever since NBC took over production, I think back in 2006 of Sunday Night Football, it has been the premier game of the week. It's been the highest rated television thing every single year. So they do a good job.
You think Collinsworth has a lot to do with that?
I think he has zero to do with it, but Tirico is a big plus.
And everybody loves Tirico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see eventually who they decide to have replace him.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what to think about it. I feel like he has more years.
I think he's getting a little long in the tooth. No, Michael?
You like saying that, huh? Long in the tooth?
I mean, he's in his 60s. I mean, I'm just saying, usually a color analyst, you get to that age, you don't
How old
usually
do you think
go
he
into
is?
your 70s.
Tirico?
No, not Tirico. Collinsworth.
Oh, you think Collinsworth? Oh,
That's what I was talking about. Tirico is only like,
Tirico.
what, 51, 52?
57.
Okay. And I would say Collinsworth is 63.
I mean, he looks like he's 70, that guy.
He's probably 63 or 64. I think he looks 80.
Yeah, honestly, it's ridiculous. I don't know what kind of drugs he was doing. He is 65.
Okay.
What do you think? Maybe a couple more years?
I think 1 or 2. I mean, you saw Sims got booted for Tony Romo,
I mean, listen, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, you got to figure it out, dude. Him and, Holly over there, I'm sure want to spend some time together in their later years. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't know
we talked
why.
about Holly a lot in the broadcast.
I just don't get the
I don't know
why,
much about his wife.
why NBC feels the need to keep going with him,
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think maybe at this point, because it's just so he's so bad that he gets ratings, maybe, that sort of deal. Because they got to know, right?
Michael Buckta says
think.
Chavez was a
Dude.
beast.
Chavez!
I thought that was like Siri reading off someone's text. Michael Buckta says
Yeah, that did sound like Siri, Renee. I'm not going to lie.
that was
Really?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
They could pay you to be the new Siri.
32 Goff, and
Imagine.
it's incomplete.
That would be
So
hilarious.
we're going to
Oh,
have
boy.
I'd say,
actually, no, Dan
hey,
Campbell always
Renee.
goes for it. Never mind.
Instead of hey Siri.
That'd be so crazy. 7077 memorabilia says should put
Tirico.
Tirico with
With-
Greg Olson.
Yeah.
Love that. I think that is a home run move that they should definitely do.
Oh, is he going for this?
Of course, it's Campbell. Isn't this what
yeah,
he did in the
baby.
playoffs last year, and he
Absolutely
didn't get it?
didn't,
Kill
yeah,
him
'cause he
from
kinda
like his
blew it.
own 30 or something.
Yeah. But I will say, dude, he did it so much during the
Regular season had success.
David
The
Montgomery.
run Montgomery,
Yeah!
and it is a first down. You would think Tony is a Lions and not Jets fan.
Wait until you not hear him chant like this tomorrow.
No,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is bullshit.
If I don't hear you tomorrow like super loud,
See, you know what?
on another level,
Again, see, if you knew our fans team and our
do.
matchup,
I do.
you would know.
We're down a couple points. We need this. It's big.
Yeah, and our
I'm hyped,
opposing
but we're
player, you let me finish the fucking sentence. Our opposing player has Niners defense.
I know.
No, you don't, dude. You don't. Don't say you know when you don't.
Do.
Goff dropping back.
Dishes to the tight end. I love that,
That's
dude.
a first down and more as he's down to the 10. Takes a hit.
You love that, dude.
No penalty on the play. The ball at the 10. 14 and counting here. Left in the second quarter.
Love to see Laporta getting mixed in here. A guy who suffered a knee injury late last year,
Yes.
right?
After such a strong rookie year.
Strong rookie year. Let's fucking go, Sam Laporta. Almost thought I'd get him as a tight end. Did not because of Michael's recommendation, which is fine. We went with somebody else. which is
Montgomery seems to be really eating up the reps in the backfield. Not as much Gibbs. First down, you imagine Montgomery gets it. No, a play fake. Goes to St. Brown.
Oh!
And he stopped. Looks like a gain of 4.
Yeah. Great
so
move by
a
St.
generous
Brown.
spot by the official there.
Definitely generous spot, but love St. Brown's, I guess, just tenacity to get some yardage after the catch here. Look at him in motion, the quick route, takes the chip block, catches the ball, has enough awareness to spin out of there, but does get dangerously tackled here. Look at this. Oh, you didn't really see it, but looked like his knee buckled. Nonetheless, he's totally fine. Goff
second
now
and goal.
under center.
Laporta lining up in the fullback position. Montgomery, the tailback, under center. Looks like Montgomery with the carry, and he is stuffed. Looks like he loses a yard or a yard and a half
It's okay.
on that play. So we're going to have a very important 3rd and goal.
But you know what? To
Coming
your
up here.
point here, the tight game, 3 points. We just saw, the Lions hold off the Rams in the red zone. Maybe we'll see the Rams hold off the Lions here, and then a field goal 3-3. But you never know. Campbell this close could 4th and 10. He could just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say inside the 10-yard line, he probably goes for it. Maybe not, but let's see.
what he's got here.
Goff back to
Montgomery,
pass.
Montgomery,
The pressure.
Montgomery. Oh!
And Laporta gets one hand on it, but not enough. So 4th and goal. You would imagine the kicking unit
probably
coming out here. And
Montgomery
I'm
was
trying to think
open.
who the Detroit kicker is. I can't
Montgomery was open in the flat. Look at that, dude. Who's fucked. I do not know. I'm not.
Once I see it, I'm going to be tight.
You're the kicker guy. You're supposed to be on top of it.
I know. The kickers, dude. Brandon Aubrey, by the way, made a 66-yarder, delay of game, moved back to 71, was thinking about kicking it, doesn't. Jake Bates, new kicker here in Detroit, 6 of 7 during the preseason. This is 25 yards out. You'd imagine a piece of cake up and through.
Yeah, piece of cake, like you said.
1777 memorabilia says it's a decent drive for Detroit controlling the clock. They're giving good time for their defensive coaches to look at the Rams' wide receiver route running. 14 plays, LOL. Very good point there.
Right now, Montgomery bringing us 3.5 points. Love that. Let's keep it up. We're
controlling the game. I mean, controlling the clock. I mean, I think.
It's 77. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Again, you mentioned controlling the clock. Running the ball is a good way to do that. You know,
running the ball, just like the Madden games. We were just talking about.
It really is kind of crazy, dude. I'm definitely itching to play Madden again. Just watching football.
I know, me too.
Yeah,
you don't know.
I don't know why, but like I feel like I didn't hear anything about the new Madden coming out. It has to be out, no?
I have no idea. Let's look it up.
Like, but is it just me? I feel like that should be all over, like, you know, X and everything.
Madden 2025 release date is August 13th.
Wow.
I have a feeling NCAA kind of overshadowed.
Okay.
But Madden 25 is McCaffrey on it, huh?
McCaffrey, questionable with the calf injury. Anybody who took it for fantasy?
Calf.
Madden curse?
No, I don't think so, dude.
I don't know. Tough. You know?
I think he'll be fine.
It's the Niners.
Yeah, it's the Niners, dude. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll start.
It's interesting with the Niners, though. You know, Shanahan gets a lot of credit. Had a couple blown leads in the Super Bowl here. He just lost some big games. Gonna be interesting what they do this year.
Yeah, but do you think he's been out coached in any of those big games?
Kind of. I mean, if you blow, like with the first Super Bowl against the Chiefs, wasn't it a 10-point lead, like a couple minutes into the fourth quarter?
That's correct.
And then another 10-point lead. The Chiefs were getting shut out till the final minute of last year's Super Bowl. Kicked that field goal because no team had ever gotten shut out, not scoring any points.
Really?
I still can't get over, though, your look after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year. Michael, had you ever seen anything like that? I mean, it literally.
What are you talking about?
No, that was insane. That was literally insane, Tony. You were traumatized.
I was not traumatized.
What was the look, though? What was the stare?
I
was
don't
it the beers?
even remember, dude.
Was it the beers, though, honestly? The keg?
There was no keg. Obviously, I just really wanted the Niners to win.
What did you see?
And they blew it, okay? They fucking blew it.
Speaking of the Chiefs,
Like, they fucking blew it in overtime.
That you would be tight about. Did you see who was at the U.S. Open today?
Was it the Kelsey brothers? No.
Well, Kelsey, Mahomes, Swift,
And what's Mahomes' wife's name?
Brittany.
Brittany.
I didn't see her, but I think she probably was there. But I just saw that quickly. Sinner winning the steroids.
No,
you guys
yeah,
didn't
kinda
talk
crazy,
about Travis Kelce leaked documents.
About their breakup?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things.
We knew that though.
Yeah.
We knew it was fake.
I just want to see them play football, and I don't care about the off the field shit. I mean, just bullshit.
I know you don't.
Enough is enough. Right, Tony?
777 memorabilia says
Siri.
That's hilarious.
Super Bowl was trash. Like,
Siri
it's so
just
funny.
went out for me.
I don't hear that at all. Like, I don't hear that voice. Super Bowl was trash last year. Never had a chance versus Taylor Swift rookie season.
She ain't even hot, man. Never understood it.
Yeah, no, me too.
Who said that?
17-7 memorabilia.
No,
Oh, really?
she really. I'm
To
with
me,
you, brother.
useless conversation.
Nakua, a gain of
Useless conversation.
Renee
Yes.
Shide, 7? Give it 7.
I don't think so, man.
That's fine.
She's definitely not. They ain't got no dance moves either.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
Like,
She was
for
a little-
You
someone
don't
that-
have any dance moves.
honestly, your dancers are a little bit
Yo, I'll dance right now. It's so embarrassing.
You look like you're
No.
having a seizure, and you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's like cool.
yeah.
You know
and
how
also,
many-
like by the third time you see Mike dancing, like you've seen his whole repertoire.
No,
I
The
would say
whole
I
thing.
haven't
Of
pulled
everybody-
out anything
of
for you guys.
everybody here, I would say I'm the best dancer just because you know what you do, social event. You don't go crazy, the guy's sweating in the middle of the dance floor.
exactly.
All that, you sit there and you just go. That's what you're supposed to do. Honestly, people embarrass themselves at weddings thinking they're stars of the show, the break dancing.
Oh my
absolutely
God.
ridiculous.
That's
Absolutely
Tony.
ridiculous.
You
That's
should have seen
Tony.
Harrison and I
Barnes.
at this wedding we were at. It was
Yes.
the limbo.
When was the last time that you voluntarily got onto a dance floor?
Never. Because I never understood the purpose. Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's
I
like,
don't know.
haha, I'm throwing my arms in the air. I don't get what, like, and I'm, you know, it's like, that's sick, right?
I mean, dance is a skill, just like how sports are.
The
And
difference is
you guys they're so wrong. Like my dancing, you could combine all these people at
Why? It
downtime.
sounds like you got hurt, dude.
No, it's
yeah,
crazy.
you were hurt
a
about this.
screen
one.
that's
Oh,
you can
dropped
combine all these people's dancing skills, and then they wouldn't even be a
pass.
fraction of a second close.
no one's listening to you right now.
Everyone's
Josh
listening.
be questioning how I said never understood the purpose of dancing. And yes, that is correct, Josh. I think a lot of people think they're good at dancing, but actually embarrass themselves. So I'm not talking about anybody here. I'm sure you guys do a good job. I just think generally speaking, like, it's like, dude, like, it's not, you don't look that sick. Like, you kind of look like an idiot, most people, honestly. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of the whole point, though.
But why is that sick? That's what I just don't understand.
I mean, I don't think it's sick, like it's sick, but it's fun. Get drunk and dance.
Yeah. I guess it's just too, especially you would understand this too, Tony. Sweating easily, like because
Yeah,
it gets
that is
hot,
tough,
dude.
dude.
Packed wedding,
No,
like
I
packed
totally
dance
agree.
floor.
Commits.
When you're sweating like that, it's not fun to be sweating like that.
He likes
I
it.
think I agree with you with that, but I will say weddings are extreme circumstances where you're obviously in a great celebratory mood and you're with some of your best friends, conceivably, as the Rams here rush for a first down. It looks like, so you don't mind. You know, everyone's sweating. It's fine. Weddings are different. Weddings are, for me, an outlier for the dancing.
Yeah, I just think some people think they're good at dancing, and it's just like kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, there's a guy in a white T-shirt that thinks that right now.
Michael doesn't even want to respond to the nonsense that Tony's
You already
spewing
said?
out of his mouth.
No, what'd you say? Like I don't need to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Like so ridiculous, so
You
embarrassing.
know what's funny? Have you ever seen the clip of Kobe and Chris Rock is like chirping in his ear and
Uh-huh.
like trying to make him laugh, and Kobe doesn't even acknowledge him, baby.
Yes.
So
Yep,
that's like
yep,
what I'm doing
that's
with
what it
him.
is.
He's Chris Rock. I'm Kobe
Yeah.
right now.
You're not Kobe.
I know
You're never
what-
Kobe. You're never gonna be Kobe. All right, never once, dude. Never once will be Kobe, dude.
Thank you.
Can I get a fucking reception by Puka Nakua, maybe? What?
I don't know. I still can't believe
The dancing?
The dancing, yeah, it's so ridiculous.
I like
He's
dancing.
tight.
I really am, honestly.
One day we'll go to a wedding together.
No, you know what I don't like too? That it like
Conga line. We're a
it feels
conga
like
line.
because so many
Do you
people
jump
do
in the
it.
conga line?
No, but I'm saying it also people like it makes you feel like because you like it make like this conversation honestly it makes me feel like an outlier, but it's at the same time I just feel like it's wrong that because of tradition it makes you feel like you have to dance when you go to an event like a wedding,
Right.
and it's just like some people don't like dancing and that should be okay.
I think it is okay.
It is
And
okay.
I think you may be an outlier here, but I feel like there's people at weddings all the time that don't dance. You know, I
Mhm.
see
So
I see it all the
many.
time. So many.
I would say though
So I wouldn't say
percentage
yes!
is 65 the dance
65, 35.
percent. Yeah.
I would say that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a better time, like all chilling, listening to music, good conversation, couple pops. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't need to be doing like the Macarena.
No, that's true. Although,
I guarantee you get so into the Macarena when it comes out.
I like those dances. Yeah, when everyone kind of like coordinate together and everyone like knows the dance.
Michael
Cotton Eye
has seen this
Joe,
or no? Have you seen it?
I've seen him,
Macarena,
yes, I've
dude.
seen it.
Yeah, like that. I think that
the
potentially
conga
could be
line.
embarrassing.
He said the Macarena. I
As
haven't heard
Cooper
that in a minute.
Cup with the big receptions.
Josh B
Um,
says most people aren't that good at dancing. You're right. but you don't have to be a good dancer to have fun dancing.
No, you're not
Lighten
wrong, dude.
up, Barnes. LOL.
Wow.
That's also fun, B. Both can be fun. Other things can be fun as well, Josh B. Anyway, you know, it's yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how I feel.
Last time you danced. How about that? Last time you danced?
No, I mean, I went to a couple weddings last year, but it was like I said, it was the like shaking the head.
What about like a slow dance with Sam?
No, I've done that, but I just still feel like I
But
don't
no,
know.
at the wedding though, like do you like you would slow dance? Do you come up with the slow dance?
Yeah, but I'm saying I just think there's more ways to have fun than slow dance. Like, give me the bonfire, drink in hand,
Right. No,
outside.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah.
That's so much more fun.
I'm just saying, like, obviously, wedding. There's just.
It's just I hate how it's like, oh, let's go dance again. Let's go dance again. Let's go. Like it's like for 4 hours. I just feel like I don't get how anybody likes that.
No, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I take a break.
Like I think like
take a break.
hour and a half should be enough. It doesn't need to be 4 hours. And I feel like a lot of times it is.
Yeah, I guess so. It depends on the wedding, I'm sure. I feel like this wedding I just went to. I'm trying to think now.
As Williams picks up the first here for the Rams.
It was a 4:00 ceremony. You're maybe sitting down by 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30 for after the cocktail hour. Order your food, eat, whatever, and then get to the dancing probably around 8. Yeah, maybe it was like 2-3 hours of dancing, I guess. But it was great, dude.
Yeah, that's sick. Honestly,
It was, because then you dance, you kind of work off your dinner, you feel better, you drink more.
I don't know, but you're telling me golf under the lights would be more fun after dinner?
I mean, I guess no, maybe, but I mean, those are two totally different things. What are we talking about?
I guess for me too, like I feel like I look at it like the Olympics. You know what I mean? With these sports, the toboggan races. You know what I mean? I don't need it all the time. Why randomly once a year, twice a year, I'm like all about it. Like, yeah, man. Like getting all into it. I just feel like, what are we doing? You know?
No, I mean, I guess if you don't
The
want to be about it,
swimming,
you're about
Tony.
it, dude. Swimming. Oh, Olympics.
Katie Ledecky.
Hey, she does a great job out there.
She does. But I'm saying it just like I'm not going to pretend every couple of years that I'm a swimming fan just because the Olympics are on. It's the same thing with dancing. Just because there's a wedding every now and then. Like, I don't know. I just think it gets a little ridiculous.
Selfish. Stafford in trouble throws it away, by the way. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess if you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
No. Right? I mean, and Sam's going to have to deal with it, and we'll have to deal with it, and that's it. No.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I just think it's just a little overplayed. That's all. Michael. I think Michael actually knows it deep down. Like he knows he's good at it, but at the same time, he knows.
I totally hear where he's coming from. I'm with it. I think.
I mean, there was a time where I didn't want to dance, but then I started dancing, and I liked it.
No,
When
the
was
funny
the time
part
that
is
you don't want to dance on? You were like super sad or something?
No, like when I was a
dance.
kid, and I'm just like, oh, dancing, like that's so weird. Oh,
Tony was too cool.
But I kind of think I don't
you're
know.
that too cool face.
Like it kind of is weird though.
You're still
I
in
feel
that.
like.
Wait, but Barnes, you're like throwing equal shade to the people who like to dance that you're saying you don't like the shade that you get because you don't like to dance.
Do you get shade?
No, but I just feel like this conversation is making me feel like I'm on like the Survivor Island, maybe like last person living type of thing, you know?
Aw.
Marco says Michael is fresh.
Dude.
And he says, "Lions, let's go."
And he says, Lions, let's go.
Yeah, man. They did not throw a flag or anything.
Is it fourth
Nor
down or
should
is it
they
third
have.
down? Oh, fourth and
Four,
four,
dude.
lining up to go for it. Why is
Wow.
there that tight on me, dude?
It's the Dan Campbell special. Oh, no, Nakua on the sideline. Looks a little banged up. Not
Are they
great,
lining
dude.
up? Are they going for
Well,
this?
let me tell you something, Michael. We are set up
looks
for
like
success, dude.
so they do snap it. Stafford dropping back and
Cup bobbles it. No.
incomplete. So a turnover on downs, a missed scoring opportunity for the Los Angeles Rams.
That's tough to in a game where we anticipate it being so close. We could be coming back to this right here as the deciding.
What's
factor.
your rule for going for it? In terms of where you are on the field and how many yards to go. What's like first half especially?
I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, I'm not an NFL coach here, but I say go for it, dude. 4th and 4, I'd be going for it.
4th and 4, even though it's like like 100% field goal, you're always going for that there. You don't think first half, get as many points as you can.
It depends on where I'm at, I suppose, in the points, but it's tied at 3. I'm gonna go for it. That's right, and then especially how much the defense has been good so far for both sides. I'm gonna go for it. I can rely on my defense, and I know we'll live to play another day in offense.
I just think.
Why you think you're going field goal?
I think first half you get as many points as possible.
Yeah, I guess so. It's tough. It really is. I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
But what?
You
going for it? Like, are you one of those people? Like, I feel like in Madden, you always go for it.
No, I don't. I play it by the rules.
Okay.
I go like, when it's too far, it's too far. I'm not going to turn over and.
Yeah, he hates. First of all, you're going for the 4th down in Madden. That's a fucking chief move, honestly, dude.
Barnes
okay, so what's the stipulation there? What are the appropriate circumstances?
I think it's like 4th and 1.
Well, I feel like it would be like you have to do
over
it
past your 50-yard line.
Yeah, like you have to go. Like it's so late in the game. You need to start scoring. Then you're
4th and goal from the 3. 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
That's fine. Yeah, on the goal line, it's a different scenario.
4th and 1 from the 50. 7 minutes left in the first half.
This has a chief move, dude.
Really?
What's the score?
Tie game.
At nothing?
10.
21 at 10. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of tough.
Interesting.
I play guys who just do that all the time. Always 4th down no matter what. They just go for it.
But imagine if it was like just no matter what, like how crazy it would get. Like no matter what, you had to go for it every time.
That would be crazy.
No punters.
Honestly, I bet they'd be like 60% conversion rates, honestly, at 4th down.
Yeah, but when you get like it's like 7-yard line, 4th and 30, like.
Well, if it's 4th and 30, then yeah, maybe not so much. But if you're operating under your typical, first.
You think that'll ever happen though, where it's like 4th and 5 or less, you have to go for it?
In Madden, no.
No, not in Madden.
Oh,
in NFL.
No, I don't think so. As we see Stafford getting his ankle taped.
Yeah, I think that's just the usual rigmarole,
Yes, the rigmarole. Rigmarole.
What
Lions.
is that word?
Rigmarole. I don't know.
It's rigmarole.
Rigmarole.
And is
that's not St. Brown. Who is that?
Jameson Williams.
Oh, he's fucking hyped. Kicking a chair, knocking over people, and a guy's iced it. What a dickhead. Let's take it easy, dude.
Went to the University of Alabama.
Yeah, well, Saban's not happy about that attitude, probably. There he is. Great catch. Great
Speaking
throw.
of college football, did you see yesterday University of Notre Dame lost to the University of Miami, Ohio?
Yeah.
And going into the game, they were minus 4,000 on the money line.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, 4,000 to win $100. No, and they lost. That is incomplete.
Williams looking for a flag. No flag. Goff really just held that one out there, huh?
Yeah.
So, this is the interesting point here now. Lions, first 2 plays here of this drive going downfield. I think Campbell, take it easy, dude. Get back to the ground and pound, march downfield. Kind of itch away at the Rams defense now. I think he's getting a little too antsy right now.
A little bit.
You
want to
dude.
stick with your strengths.
Again, and now here we go. Goff in the gun again. Yep. Yeah, quick little shuttle pass
is that
there.
Gibbs?
That is Gibbs. He gets the first down.
That's a first down
and more.
For the Lions.
And more.
Did you guys see?
What do you got?
UConn yesterday. They were playing Merrimack. Are they in Sacred Hearts?
You want to say Merrimack?
Or were in Sacred Hearts Conference?
They were in the NEC. I don't know where they are now.
No, they're in the regular Division 1. I'll see what conference.
NEC.
UConn hung 63 on them yesterday. How ridiculous is that? How bad UConn has been for really ever.
That is bad. That is sad. Merrimack, I know, have become D1 with the past few years, maybe 4 years, past 4 years. They're a good organization. As we're looking at Williams here, showing off some speed, getting caught up right there.
Former first rounder.
Could have honestly broke his ankle. I'm not even going to lie, dude.
Merrimack Independent. Sacred Heart is also independent. I didn't realize that Sacred Heart. Do you know their record?
Right now?
Yeah.
They 1-1.
There you go.
They won.
You.
Yeah, they won this past weekend against some freaking New Hampshire team. And then they lost week 1 against who
They
week
beat
one?
St. Anselm.
Yeah, that's the New Hampshire team from week 2.
Next week,
one they play. Oh, who do they play next week?
hosting Georgetown. Freddie on the call.
Really?
1 o'clock?
Absolutely, dude. Yeah. Week 1 they played Delaware State, by the way.
Delaware State lost by 2.
And their
They
quarterback.
beat a Division II team this week.
That was
St.
their quarterback. You know where he's from?
Which quarterback?
Sacred Heart.
Monroe.
Staten Island.
Really?
Went to Moore Catholic High School.
Are you familiar with Moore?
I am familiar with Moore Catholic. That was kind of like the school nobody really went to. But they had still, a football program, bowling team, full athletic facilities, whatever, big high school, small student body. But interesting to see that there's now this kid on Staten Island, throwing the ball for Sacred Heart, dude.
Would you look at that?
Is there a sense of like pride?
For me,
Yes.
definitely rooting for him. Yeah. Does he know who I am? No. Does he know that I was like one of the first people from Staten Island to go to Sacred Heart? No.
Rooting
What
more
the heck,
for
Tony? You were not one of the first people from Staten Island to go to Sacred Heart.
Oh, no. I mean, I don't know if that's true at all.
It's not true.
It's not.
You can't tell me it isn't. 'Cause
Yeah,
you don't
It
know.
definitely is not true. I guarantee someone from Staten Island went to Sacred Heart.
In like the
Like,
70s.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll start naming people. Who do you got?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know for sure.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Call Thorne right now.
What?
You know what I mean?
dude,
Like, God.
Go ahead.
All I know, okay.
You know nothing.
No, all I know
Exactly.
is that
Mr.
Sacred
Pooh.
Heart
Yep,
was
yep,
not
yep.
even a school on my high school's radar because they give you the whole lowdown. Go to these schools.
Oh, so
We've
your
had-
high school only knows the best colleges in America, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, that's
Schaap.
good.
Well, that's what I'm saying at all. I was like, I want to go to a school in the area of New York, like New England Metropolitan, whatever, that has a bowling team. They didn't know of any. No one had gone to any. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to do my own research, find Sacred Heart. And then I become one of 3 students out of my high school to go to Sacred Heart. And then now all of a sudden,
So 3 people, 2 other people also like you went to the school.
like my other 2
So you're
very
not even a
close
pioneer
friends.
in your own year.
Let's see, like that was my whole point. Like we,
You know what I'm saying? Like
we
he's
together, dude. No, I get it. You can't
Ridiculous.
fucking handle it. Like no one can fucking handle it that I've done something. These people just can't handle it. That Tony
It's
does
unbelievable.
something. It is unbelievable. It really is.
All right, next topic.
Yeah, exactly. Dude. You can
Actually, I
brush it
didn't want to
aside
get
now.
Michael riled. And again, I think we always go back to this. Need to figure something out where we can do it more. But I was just talking to Matt about this yesterday. Definitely next 4 to 6 weeks, weather getting colder, gonna go full on with the basketball. Back.
We
Been
got-
so long.
We have to talk
Jeff.
to Jeff. Yes, that's the move. We have to get to Wakeman.
Any interest for you there?
No, I'm not playing. Dude.
Really?
Yeah,
He's
no,
just
it's
joking.
It's over.
I was gonna say though, I feel like you would rather bowl.
No, he wants to play hoops.
Oh no, I'm definitely down to do both. I've been
What
dying
if
to
it was
bowl.
one?
Bowling probably. Yeah.
See, true colors.
I mean, I grew up bowling. That's my sport, dude.
True colors.
And listen, like I'm down to get together, play basketball. But I mean, you know how hard that is.
No, it's not. Not with Jeff in the mornings.
And we've been saying that for months.
I
For
guarantee-
months.
Call
I
Jeff right
months
now.
I've been waiting. Yeah, call Jeff. Go ahead. See what he's doing. He's not helping
I don't have
out
his
getting
number.
basketball
My
times.
phone has 3%.
That's fine.
So
Tony's phone.
I don't have his number.
Yeah, you do. He told me. Detroit
Yeah, what
looking
the
to
fuck,
punch it in here.
Run the ball.
Will we see them
No
punch it
three-pointers.
in and score before the show ends?
For the show
right
ends? Yeah, I would imagine we're taking. Are we taking it to the half, or we're not going?
I mean,
No,
I-
right here.
what time is it, dude? Yeah,
Michael seems like it's like this driver bust.
I mean, there
this
is 4 minutes.
Obviously, listen. Michael comes up here, gets schooled
They're
by Tony
running
a
the
few
ball
times,
though.
so
The
he's
clock
tired.
will wind.
Just go to the end of the half.
Oh, wow, how angry he looks. Dude. No, he wants to go on the show.
Thoughts on
No,
the game so
It's
far,
Michael's
though,
show.
Tony?
What on this game right now?
Horrible game.
Honestly, definitely way less scoring than I've anticipated, Brian.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
But second half explosion or no?
Maybe. I mean, it does seem like maybe these offenses will figure out how to get around the defenses that are being put out there. But it seems like for now, it's going to remain a low-scoring game, dude. Again, it's 3rd and 2 now. Huge third down here for Detroit. Are they going to have to settle for a field goal? We're going to find out. Is it going to be 6-3 going into the half? Who knows, dude?
Will
Nakua is still on
the
the sideline,
Rams regret
struggling.
not kicking that field goal?
I'm going to say yes.
But you didn't question the move originally, but now you're thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't want to think McVay maybe feels like a need to keep up with Campbell in the fourth down conversions, excuse me. But I mean, obviously you flubbed it, drop pass by Cup, very, very like unfortunate and unusual by him.
But you know what the problem is?
There we
Gibbs
go. Pushes
tough
his way to
yards
first
there to
down.
get the first down. But I think the whole going for it thing has gotten. And I know it's a gotten like I'm from Staten Island. Honestly, is that a common like way to say gotten or no? I've heard that at Staten Island. Yes, I have.
Yeah, I don't
heard
know,
you
man.
say
How many
it.
times have you been on Staten Island? Twice?
Anyway, is it possible that it's gotten out of control? Because I feel like it started with, all right, well, 4th and 1, 4th and inches. I mean, you might as well just go for it every time. And then it turned into 4th and 5 from the 40. You might as well go for it. Like, isn't it getting a little out of hand or not?
Is that Laporta? No, it's
Laporta
not.
just short, maybe
No, it's
setting up a Montgomery touchdown.
I would love to see that, dude.
But you don't think it's gotten out of control, though? They're going for it. Have to go for it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's a huge part of the game, and obviously a lot of coaches are, in practice and drawing up plays specifically for 4th and 5s, 4th and 4s, And again, that play was right. I mean, that ball was right in Cup's hands.
This is the 2-minute warning. You notice how they always say that, though? I mean, Michael even got a kick out of it because he knows he's heard it.
Oh, gosh.
Level of excitement, Michael. Jets tomorrow, 1-10.
I can't wait. I'm really
It's a 10.
Yeah, I like this is boring because the Jets aren't playing.
Interesting.
I need them right now.
Tony, level.
Excitement? No, it is a 10 for sure. We'll be together. It's the Jets. It's the team I'm rooting for. So let's go, dude.
And when we think about the start of the season last
Michael
year,
can make
this
all the faces he wants, dude. Yeah.
we have a quarterback. Right.
Exactly. We have a quarterback. We have some guys who have been around the team as well. Hall is coming off a good year. About Wilson as well.
Williams is a big ad.
Oh, yeah, dude. And then we'll see what happens with Reddick and whatever. But you imagine a lot of these guys are pumped to be playing with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. So let's fucking go, dude.
Any concern about Hackett going into the season?
Oh, yeah, dude. There's a lot of concern about the team in general. Coaching staff being a big part of it. I know Michael high on the It's Rodgers team. I guess we'll see.
You never liked chewing ice?
No, for me, I never really chewed on ice that much.
Michael.
Yeah, I do.
I feel like it's very refreshing.
It is.
Tony, any thoughts on that?
Doesn't like it.
They typically don't put ice in beer.
It's true. You don't have enough water. Can I just get a water? Just
true.
water.
No, very true, dude. Just water.
I feel like you don't like water that much.
Get the fuck out of here. It's ridiculous. I love water.
I feel like he doesn't. I feel like he wants a Coke.
He literally told Renee he doesn't need a water today.
I don't typically drink water on the show.
Literally the one time that you want Coke now. You don't water. You don't have it.
I don't want water though. No,
but I feel like you don't like water. Like, do you honestly though? Do you enjoy
yes,
the process
I
of
thoroughly enjoy water, filling up my canteen, drinking multiple ones of them. Yeah, I love being hydrated.
When you are drinking it, is there a lot of times where you're like, I wish I had a Coke, a Pepsi,
No, never.
a beer?
A beer, sure. A root beer every so often, sure. But for the most part, I'm excited to hydrate. I really love it when I go to pee and it's white, clear.
Michael seems to think you're full of it. I could just tell.
Michael has a problem with me tonight, obviously, dude. He hates that, pioneer from Staten Island. He
Fantasy,
hates,
though.
But the fantasy thing. He hates
Pioneer.
Josh B, ice cold water is all caps delicious.
There's some
it's
when
halftime.
you're fucking parched. Not yet.
What about honestly though the water with a little salt?
Himalayan salt.
I don't typically do
It
that.
has to be
Game
a
changer.
pinch, dude, not like max.
I will say though, even like it's Montgomery, no Gibbs. Gibbs is stuffed.
But second effort, is he in? Is
No,
it
he
a
was not.
fumble?
His knee was down.
Looks like they're saying he's short.
Get Montgomery in there. Get the touchdown now.
Absolutely.
Don't you
Yeah,
dare
they're-
talk to me.
Like honestly, that's not what
Um,
I'm talking about, dude.
Tony, what's your thought on the salt water?
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like anything healthy.
Because I think honestly, I can't have any salt. I don't want any salt in my fucking water.
But what
I
about
mean,
if
honestly,
if you don't
fucking
taste it though?
sounds crazy.
like it's
if you don't
impossible
taste it,
not
to. No,
sure,
it's not.
dude.
But you know what it is? I feel like I would only because, Michael, I feel like I'm obsessed with water, and I just love the way like an ice cold glass of water tastes.
That could
And
have
I
been
would notice a
touchdown.
little
What
salt.
about lemon water? Do you like lemon
Love
water?
lemon water.
love
Just don't
lemon
want any
water.
salt. Like
I'm
get
talking
the,
Barnes.
get the
That's
salt
fine,
out
dude.
of there. I
That's
don't
just
need.
very
I don't
odd,
need the
you know?
walk after dinner. You know.
You don't want that?
Eh.
Sometimes it's good.
I feel like if I was like practicing like throwing the ball, I would like to do that. Maybe a couple dry swings.
Dry
Watch the game.
swings.
I'm sweating out this fantasy baseball. Your last two players are playing, so I have a possibility, I guess, against Josh here to get that second seed, get the bye. Otherwise, I'm going to be actually matched up with Kev Dew first round of fantasy. That could get interesting. I mean, obviously, my team is a lot better this year, but fantasy baseball, I mean,
Playoffs.
anything
He's
can
got
happen.
Lindor, I'm pretty sure. He's got
He might.
Mania, I think,
let's see.
too.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's look at his team, dude. This is great. Wait, 99 to 113 right now. And we're having 2 players play tomorrow. So
Does he have any left?
he's got just the Niners defense.
Wow, it's
tomorrow.
we won. We're winning.
We need Aaron Rodgers and the Jets to show up.
They will.
That's what we need.
That's gonna happen.
Okay, dude?
Is Aaron starting?
And Josh B confirming
I told
that
you.
So then why do you
Kev
need Aaron Rodgers?
does have
Who
Lindor.
on the Jets do we have?
Aaron Rodgers, that's it. But he has the Niners defense. If Rodgers
Oh, I see.
sucks and throws picks, he will win.
He's not gonna.
There's a lot of tension.
I mean,
between you
it's
two.
even called Anthony's super team.
That's because I signed up for it, and that was the generic name they give us.
You can't just change it.
Yeah, I can change it, but I don't change it. You know, it's an MLB. I didn't change it. Still says Anthony's
But, I
whatever
mean,
team.
Maybe you should have.
Right? I'm just one of those guys
Different-
that doesn't, dude.
Yeah, different
He
league.
does. He also has Ozuna. He also has JD Martinez and Jose Iglesias.
Wow, Iglesias batting well over 300. Rodgers' scoring position is like 426 batting average. Ridiculous. Double plays. Him and Lindor returning this weekend. Unbelievable, dude. Braves won today, though. Mets lost, so they're fucking back at ground.
So it looks like I need a Corbin Carroll stolen base. That would get me to 10-3. And then let's see, Josh B. If you look at all matchups, Josh B is up 11-1. Okay, so he's saying he's sweating it out. He's not sweating it out.
He's such a little
trying to-
fool with that, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I have to get
Sweating
like
it out,
a
dude.
couple walks.
A couple walks, dude.
I don't think I have anybody pitching.
Let's see who else. Some of the matchups.
I would need
here.
a couple walks, so it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, figured. Let's go, baby. Huge touchdown there for the
Gibbs
Lions.
getting the score.
Towards the end of the first half, dude. Love to see that.
Yeah.
Matchup totals. I want to see somebody else. Literal inches, dude.
All right, so a 10-3 game here. We're gonna see Stafford run the 2-minute drill, and then Josh B says runs and steals. Apparently, I can make the comeback with. So we'll see.
By the way, I guess, Kev Dew getting pummeled 1-11 right now.
Can Riley slide in as that last playoff spot or no?
Honestly, if Riley fucking paid attention to his team, yes.
Probably, but not.
But he's losing 3-11 right now.
Riley, so he's not gonna.
Yeah,
obviously.
and he's got guys in the bench that should have been starting, like clearly just not fucking dialed into it. Pitchers in the bench should have been starting. Riley, it's Riley, dude.
Josh B says SBN walks.
Not runs. My bad.
SB and walks now.
Does Stafford take him down the field here?
Honestly, dude.
Nakua.
Yes, Stafford to Nakua right now. That's what we need to. Nakua and Montgomery to get great nights, dude. And that last drive, Montgomery didn't even touch the ball, I don't think.
But he had dominated the touches up to that point.
Yes,
I mean, it's a situation where it's a 1A, 1B at running back for the Lions. So those guys, it's going to be close to a 50-50 timeshare.
Oh, my God, how dumb are these kickoffs, right, Mike? Like, literally, just
Embarrassing.
Just
Better
eliminate it.
rule, ghost runner baseball or this kickoff?
I think that the Ghost Runner is a better rule. in the
Ghost
playoffs.
Runner?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, Milo?
They both suck.
I think also, what an indictment for baseball. Ghost runner regular season, not postseason. How is it one game all year and then it changes for the postseason.
Well, it's kind of like in NHL, 3-on-3 for the.
But I'm saying I think rules should be the same regular and postseason.
I don't know. I don't really mind it that much.
What about for baseball though? I mean, it's like that's what you're playing. You're used to the strategy, the ghost runner, how you moving them over, and then all of a sudden playoffs gotta start from scratch. No ghost runner.
I mean, true, but I mean, they were trying to eliminate, those games that lasted, 4 hours.
But honestly,
Went to the
they should.
17th inning.
You think if we get a better commissioner in, he'll get rid of the ghost runner or not?
Maybe. I think it's done exactly what it needed to do for the MLB. And honestly, dude, like the Braves game today, actually went to, I think, the 12th inning, offsides. Free play here for the Rams.
They don't take advantage of it, but it will be a free 5.
It will be. But I still think we see so often that these extra inning games still go into the 12th, 13th inning, even with that ghost runner, dude. And I think that teams have adjusted to that strategy. You've seen a lot of teams even lead off bunt the runner up, see what happens. Sort of deals. I think it causes for some good baseball.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I do agree also with people with your stance where it should be just regular. Like, I mean, people think about that like hockey too, where overtime should still be 5-on-5.
For some reason, though, I would say the 7-inning doubleheaders bothered me more.
That was way worse. Yeah, that was, I thought, the dumbest rule ever.
Yeah,
what's the point of that,
dumbest.
dude?
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna play a full game because of that.
Ridiculous.
Puka Nacua in motion here, laying down a great block for the Rams to get this first
as we
down
approach
here.
the final minute
dude.
here of the first half.
And are the Rams going to be trying to do something?
As we
They don't
inch
seem like they're
closer
rushing,
and closer, second by second,
Like,
to
two
the
timeouts
kickoff
for the
between the Jets and the San Francisco 49ers.
Can't wait.
ESPN tomorrow night.
Oh.
Fucking Aikman riled as Cooper Kupp does not come up with that one.
I gotta say, I mean, this Detroit secondary has done a tremendous job with covering Cooper Kupp. There's been quite a few times now he's been targeted and it's been broken up because of the defense.
Right.
So you gotta appreciate that. Obviously Kupp is a serious threat down.
Grizzled vet.
We know Stafford can find him too. Maybe Stafford starts looking towards another receiver, such as Puka Nacua.
2nd and 10.
We'll find out
50
here
seconds left.
on the second down.
Stafford in the gun. Williams to his right. 5 on the play clock. Kupp in motion. Drops back. Pressured off the back of his foot, and it looks like it's complete to
Robinson?
Jefferson, or is that
Jefferson?
Robinson?
I thought it was Robinson. Could be wrong though. It was not Nacua. Kind
Looks
of
like
a bullshit
penalty
pass, dude.
against the Lions. Is it offsides?
No, roughing.
Is it roughing?
Roughing the passer, really?
Roughing the passer. Aiden Hutchinson.
It's called skill, Tony.
No, I'm surprised you pay attention, dude. That's what surprises me. Let's see what we got going on here. A nice little move by him. The offensive lineman stood no chance. And that's such like a hairline, fuck you type of deal. You can't go below the knees. Like, what the fudge, man?
1st and 10 here. Stafford from the 40-yard line.
Wow, dude. On the Lions' 40-yard line, dude.
Stafford drops back.
Slings it.
Finds
Ferguson?
Is it Parkinson?
Parkinson.
37 seconds left here.
Clock's obviously stopped here.
Rams deep into Lion territory.
There's Parkinson. Then you go off the Ryan, a little flat route there. Blocker in front of him gives you those extra yards. I mean, there was just nobody there. Robertson there on Detroit was just way behind. Didn't know what was happening, dude. Why is he in the game?
Gain of 20.
Nacua on the sideline. Fuck.
Stafford in the gun.
Williams behind him, believe it or not.
Kind of a pistol formation.
Interesting to see. Wait, no, he's
Pressure, but he rolls out and he flips it to Williams.
Who does
And
gain
Williams down to, it
7?
looks like the 12-yard line. Timeout Rams. 28 seconds left here in the first.
I do like that play, honestly,
half.
from Stafford. Great kind of heads-up play there. avoiding the sack and then getting a gain out of it.
Would you say that's what you expect to see from a grizzled vet?
Absolutely, dude. I mean, we know how gritty and how much adversity Stafford has faced, and he's overcome all that so far, and a little bit of a woots. And that, like you said, the grizzled veteran mentality, not even looking towards Williams. The shuttle pass.
Doesn't need to look.
Doesn't need to look. Knows he's there. Williams pointing at his QB. You got me. One time out now on the second down. 2 yards to go here. Let's see. I mean, if you're the Rams, are you taking a shot at the end zone right now?
Oh, come on, Tony. You already know the answer. That's like saying, are you going for it 4th and inches?
Nakua, there's no way 100%. Nakua on the bench still. Don't like that.
Not part of the red zone
dude.
Package.
Is he not?
Cup at the bottom of your screen,
Ridiculous.
in motion, moves out to your left. Pistol formation. Stafford looking, finds Cup. Looks like that's down to about the 7. So it's going to be 26 seconds left. 2nd and 2. No, 1st and goal. Here we go.
1st and goal. There we go. And I believe Nakua is still just showing him on the sideline a lot here.
Possibly injured?
He was off the field for a little while getting checked out before this drive. Did come back on, but has been off ever since. As you're seeing Kupp go in motion there and getting that reception. I believe 63% of the Rams plays involve a player in motion, which, I mean, I think at this point, as we see again, I mean, that should just be a bread and butter for most teams, dude.
Oh, yeah. The Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Niners.
Looking for Kupp, not there. Checks down.
But he overthrows. I couldn't see who that was.
Don't know.
15 he was targeting, but over his head.
Yeah, not much
2nd
there.
and goal, 21 seconds left.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. Kupp was covered then. I think that was a secondary option.
Dan Campbell chomping on the gum. 2 lattes waiting for him in the locker room.
His shoulders are fucking huge, man.
Yep.
Jesus.
Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, looking on. 5 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Stafford, 3, 2, in motion. Does he get the snap ball?
Just does.
He does. He
Little
throws.
pressure. Oh, it's picked.
And it's intercepted.
Oh.
That will do it here from the sports board. The Rams not capitalizing, not going for that field goal, and not getting any points here. The ill-timed interception. But I have to say, what a show.
Yeah, what a show, dude. Crazy first half here. Obviously, primetime, week 1, sports port here at the Horseshoe. And totally stoked to have some more episodes here at the Horseshoe with this impending NFL season. Obviously, also stoked to be back in studio tomorrow, too. Let's go talk some Mets, talk some Yankees.
But
Jets.
I won't be there.
Oh, I just right to the golf tournament. That's right,
but
dude.
the Jets game, let's watch it.
Yeah, maybe. I'll think about it.
Oh, okay.
Let's pencil that
Tony
in.
will think about it.
For sure, dude. Remos, you already know.
Let's go.
Maybe hold the vodka.
Too sweet. But I think it's only appropriate as we're going to get kneel down formation here for Detroit to sign out. But once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony Michael Renee and Jay Costume the merch at downtontv.com.
Buy it.
We want everybody to enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.